Hey, everybody. Listen, welcome into the building. We're here today with our Married to Medicine recap. And let me tell you something. Oh, what a show it was, okay? Are y'all ready for this? Like this was a show, okay? It was a whole production. I can't even believe it. We're gonna have to talk about Audra, okay? All your Audra friends out there, are y'all ready? We got a lot to say about Anila, okay? Well, who else do we got? We got a lot to talk about. Oh, honey, they want Miss Gomez back. Okay, they want Miss Gomez back in the building. Yes, Tony. This thing was fire. It was everything. I was here for it. I was ready for it. I was like, OMG. Okay,
Better than that
thank
one.
you. Yeah, what? Yeah, oh yeah. It was way better
Oh,
than
it was good. It was
yes,
good.
the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So great, y'all. Welcome to the building. Don't forget, as you come in, hit that like button. It really helps me out. Okay, you driving. I'm not mad at you. Be safe and just listen. Okay, so we're going to start out. We was in Quad's house. Okay, we're still at the Holla Slay Party. Okay, I see y'all. We still at the Holla Slay Party up in Quad's house, right? And they get to talking. Now y'all know how I feel about Heavenly, but I'm going to give this one to Heavenly. I'm going to give her this one because when there's information like that about you in the streets, then you better tell me what they're talking about, okay? If
Yep.
they're saying that I'm sleeping around
Amen.
and I'm married with
Mhm.
some man in the neighborhood, then you know what? Heavenly, you got that. Let me know. So Heavenly told Quad, I'm saying Quad, she told Toya that listen, them chicks over there, they saying that you are sleeping with someone in the neighborhood. And Toya, she's straight street, okay? She said, I will take my shoe off,
Girl,
okay, and
that's
put it
old
in
school.
your face.
That's old
Okay.
school.
Yes, old school, right? She said, I will take my shoe off and put it on your face. Which one of you chicks said this about me? Okay. And you know what? Nobody fessed up. But this is what I'm going to give to these ladies.
Sorry
I'm
about
going to give
that.
to these ladies, but you know what I'm giving to them? Married to Medicine, they know how to integrate a team, all right? A group.
Hmm.
Because Anila didn't back down.
Hey,
What was that name? What
Mama.
was that name? Zaina. What's her name?
Zay,
Zaina?
Zay, whatever her name,
Was
Zayna.
Zaina
Yeah,
honey?
Zayna. I think it was
Zaina?
Zayna.
They know how to integrate a cast, okay? Because none of them chicks backed down. None of them chicks left and got up off the couch. They was here for the shenanigans. You hear me? They was here for the shenanigans. They was there. Zaina said, Toya, you don't want me to tell you what I know. Okay? You don't want me to talk. All right.
Hmm.
Who's this Carmita? Who's Carmita?
I have no
Who
idea.
is she? Why was
They
she
said that was
there?
Toya's friend.
Why
It
That
was
was
she
she was
there?
Toya's
not supposed to
friend.
be in the scene, but she was in the scene making a ruckus. They had to usher her out the house.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
But
she
it
had
As
to.
was,
they should
That,
have.
she
as
but
had
they
they,
should
Toya's
have,
back.
right?
yeah, I said the same thing because it was said that that woman, I don't know her name, pushed Anila on the floor, but that didn't. That was cut
Oh,
out.
wow.
So
Carmita?
yes.
Yes, Heavenly
That's,
said that she got up and pushed
Anila.
Anila. That's why Anila, when they cut back in the scene, Anila was kind of like, "Well, don't you?" Looking
oh,
all
wow.
frantic. If you kind of look, her hair was a little messed up.
I
She had got
missed
knocked
that.
upside the head,
Say
is
say
what
it
Heavenly
ain't
said.
so.
It
No, I
is
just know
so.
she said. I just know she said to get her out of here, but say it ain't so.
And
It
She
is
put her
why
so.
hands on the Nilla.
that's
Yes.
why what's her name? Toya was like, I advise you not mess with her. I advise you. Do you remember Toya
Yes,
saying
I
that?
do.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
Uh-huh.
I do.
why.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
wow.
Holy crap. Okay,
So
so
it was
wait, let me
really
finish setting up the
WWE.
scene. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Let me finish setting up the scene, okay? But again, give it to Mary to Medicine, right? Because
Yes.
those ladies,
Yes.
they know how to integrate the people. And those
Yes.
ladies didn't back down, okay? They were sitting on that couch a little gangster too. They was like,
Mm-hmm.
nah, we're gonna talk about this. They said we're gonna talk about this, okay? So now Miss Lawyer, Miss Audra.
Hey, Curse.
Hey, beautiful.
Hey,
Hey,
guys.
my
Hey,
Listen,
friend.
beautiful.
so now we gonna finish setting up this scene and we gonna talk about it. Miss
Oh, no.
Audra, Miss Audra, the lawyer. You already told all of Toya's business. See, Toya, she know how to punk the people. She done punked Quad into getting 14,000 square feet. And now she punked Audra into coming out her character. So Audra told us when we first saw her that, you know, she from Africa. She don't play about her job like that. But girl, you just played yourself. You want to come up next to somebody and you bucking your chest up against them. And you buck your chest up against somebody, then that means something. That means something in the
It's
street.
on.
She
It's
was
on.
bucking and bucking and ready to
Yeah.
fight.
What
Hey,
happened
nothing
this?
Like
but
popcorn.
What happened to social distancing? What happened to 6 feet? You don't come bucking your chest up on me and think you're not going to get mushed in your face. You better back up, boo. And let me tell you this. Give it up for Eugene. Toya got Eugene wrapped around every last one of her fingers and her 10 toes, okay?
Yep.
Because he blocked it. He blocked it. You ain't busting down my wife. You better take that over there. But you're not
She
going
knew
to bust
Toya was
down
gonna
my
get
wife.
beat up.
That was a scene, okay? Audra, you a whole lawyer with a law degree. You bragging about your law degree. You telling Toya she should have hired you this, that, and the other, but you bucked your chest up against her. She mushed you in the face, and then you went swinging. Girl, you
After
for
the
the
fact.
streets. You for the streets, okay? So we got to talk about this scene. And wait, I'll throw this in there. Qua's auntie was trying to save Qua's house. Bless her soul. Bless her soul, okay? And listen, let me tell you something. Although I want Miss Gomez back, I do not want Anila mom to go home because you know what? She giving us a show too. She
I'm
would
gonna get on my last
listen,
You say, oh, no.
listen.
Anita.
Anita is like
Anita.
an entitled brat.
Okay, I'm gonna let you speak. But when Toya walked over there and said, "Yo, Anila is saying that I'm sleeping around in the neighborhood," she was like, "Oh my God,
No. Look, what she say? Anila.
Stop that.
No, stop.
So
She said,
let's
who
get
said
into
that?
this.
Who said that?
That Fresh Prince of Bel-Air
Let's get
finger.
into this. So let me go to Sebastian first. Somebody could just buck up on you and not get taken care of.
Listen,
And we ain't into violence, but you can't be bucking your chest up on me. Go ahead, Sebastian.
you can't be bucking your chest up on me. But last time I checked, after watching the video, slowly, very slowly,
Okay.
Toya bucked up first, and then
No,
Audra,
don't do that.
Audra,
Don't do that.
No, Audra bucked up harder.
No, don't do that. Sebastian, do you wear glasses?
No, I don't wear glasses.
Not yet.
Do you wear contacts?
No, I do not wear contacts. I have 20/20 vision. They're completely great. And I slowly rewatched the video, put it on a very slow-mo place, and Toya bucked up to Audra, and Audra bucked up even harder. That's what happened.
That is what happened now because you are so right. She was telling
I saw the
Eugene,
same
she was
thing.
like, and this bitch, she over here pulling out calculators trying to tell everybody our finances. And that's when she proceeded to walk up on Audra. And then Audra was like, oh, well, if we doing that, then let's go.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
That's exactly what happened.
I remember
That's what
that.
happened. Now, I do not feel like
either.
I agree with you though, Diva. I don't think that Audra should have reacted in that manner because
I
you're a whole
agree.
lawyer. You got a whole degree. Like you ain't
Exactly.
got nothing to lose. Like you have everything to
Toya
lose.
ain't got nothing to lose.
You
but
finna be like Toya, you know.
So hold on,
Exactly.
guys.
I agree.
My eyes, you know, I wear the glasses. I'll clean them off and everything.
Well,
And
you need to
sometimes
get
when
them
I watch the
rechecked.
TV, I don't wear them. But
You need
I
to
did
get them
not
rechecked.
see. Don't do that, Sebastian. Don't do that, Sebastian. Hold on, everybody. Let me just go around real quick, and I'm gonna give everybody a chance to talk. So, Canelo, who bucked up first?
Toya.
Thank you. Okay, but hold on. Just stay right there 1 second, Canelo. Juanita, who bucked up first?
Audra.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Roy, yeah, I know how you feel. You feel it was Toya, but okay. And I hope I'm saying your name right. Is it Shan?
Yeah. This is my
Okay.
first time calling in.
Well,
Hey.
welcome,
Hey,
Welcome.
Shan,
welcome. We're glad
welcome.
to have you.
Hey.
But
Hi.
Shan,
Hi.
who bucked up first?
Audra. But I love
Thank you,
Toya,
thank
so
you,
I'm a
thank
bit
you.
biased. I'm a bit biased.
Oh,
But
Okay, but that's okay. I
Oh, we
like
got a
your
Toya
biasness.
lover in the
Uh.
house.
Naughty Love, who bucked up first?
Audra did.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Audra. Okay, Miss
Thank
True
you.
Kelly, who bucked up first?
Audra. I'm going
Thank you.
Audra.
Hello. Kurz, go ahead, Kurz. Who bucked up first?
I saw Audra buck up first. I
Thank
saw
you.
Audra.
Like this. She was like
Yep,
this.
that's what
Yeah.
she did.
Yes,
That's
she
what she
did.
She
Come
did.
well,
on
bucked
now.
Audra,
him
I
up.
warned her. She
After
got a
Toya
whole
walked up
bio.
on her.
buck
That-
her,
no,
but my feeling is Audra shouldn't have went all the way over there because she was on the
Yes.
couch.
yep. I
Yeah.
agree.
hold on now.
Like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Toya
Now.
was on the
Exactly.
you
other
see what I'm
side.
saying? So that's why, to me, she bucked up first because she got up off the couch and went over there and
Yep.
kept
She
talking
walked up
crazy.
to her. Yep.
But as
She
far
wanted
as
some
Toya,
sauce.
Okay. Yes, she did.
I
Yes, she
saw
did. Okay, so
Toya
hold
buck
on one second, because I'm
up.
gonna let you continue.
Look
Hold
at
on
the
one second.
chat. Look at the
Mel,
chat. Make sure you look at the chat.
who bucked up first, Mel?
I don't remember.
Oh, darn it, Mel.
Oh, Mel.
I don't remember.
I love Mel because he always throws in a curveball.
Wait, hold on.
Because Mel is so sweet, so he's gonna like be like neutral.
Nah, but you know what? Oh, Audra, the lawyer who doesn't play around with her job because she's South African, she bucked up first. Cassandra, Audra, and her chest bump wasn't cool. Hello, it was Audra, it was the lawyer. She bucked up like this. Okay, she was mad that Toya didn't take that whole calculating with the liens and all of that a little bit harder.
Right.
So,
Take the
because there
bait.
was a whole lot of stuff that happened after that, right? Toya got accused of, sleeping around in the neighborhood. So, Audra, you already trumped Toya. But no, that wasn't enough for you. You had to get up,
No.
buck your chest up,
That's not
and
what
act a
happened.
fool. Go
That's
ahead,
not what
Sebastian.
happened. That's
Go
not
ahead,
what happened.
Sebastian.
That is not what happened. Listen, I completely agree. Audra has way much more to lose in
Mm-hmm.
this situation. She has a whole law degree. She has a successful marriage, and she has a baby that
We
came
don't know
or
if
is
she
on the
has
way.
a successful marriage yet.
Come on now.
Because she's not married. They're not married.
They are married. They're just having their ceremonial wedding now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, go ahead, Sebastian.
So Toya came up first and saying this B is talking about our finances, etc., etc., etc. And then she walked up to Audra, and Audra bucked up harder. Audra bucked up harder, and Toya mushed her out of the way.
Now,
You better back up out of my social
That's what
distance
happened when you
space.
step in my area, though. Like,
And,
6 feet.
and
Social distance.
Audра's fist was ready, and if she was not separated, she was gonna knock Toya.
oh,
Let
I
me,
doubt
but
that.
but
I
but you
doubt
know what,
that.
Sebastian?
I doubt that.
But you know what, Sebastian? Give it up for Dr. Eugene. You wasn't going to hit his Toya.
But
Even
Toya,
though you wasn't going to hit his Toya. He said, nah. He was like, nah.
And what about Cecil with his lamb chop or whatever it was?
Cecil was like, y'all ain't really throw my food on the floor. Cecil was like, look, I was like me. He was like,
Leave Cecil alone.
Cecil was trying to hold the fight back while he's sitting up here eating his
Why he
ribs
holding
like
his lamb chop?
Is Jackie minding her business sitting pretty for me?
Oh, yeah.
Amen.
Dr. Heavenly did say that Jackie ended up running, and so did she after all that commotion. But also, like, I agree with Sebastian because Toya did the bump first and get up in Toya got up in Audra's face. Once Audra got up off the couch and came to see what she was talking about, because, okay, and that's the other thing, y'all. My grandma told me it's not what they call you, it's what you answer to. So if somebody would have been talking about, oh, that B over there said what or what, I would have kept my head this way because you're not talking to me unless you come to my face.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So Audra getting up
Agree.
off the couch, going over there to engage her further after she was hype about sleeping with married men or sleeping with people in the neighborhood. That's why I feel like Audra should have just stayed over there. But once they got to that space, and they were yelling back and forth. I saw Toya get closer and closer to Audra until she backed Audra up against her husband. And then when she realized she was against her husband, that's when she bucked back because Toya's hand was so far in her face. And it was close enough to immediately mush her. But she did start pushing her back with her belly. But Toya came closer and closer to her and backed her up. Look it up.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so hold on, because I want to hear everybody, so I go around. Canelo, you're next, okay? I'm Team Toya. You buck your chest up against me. I need to back you up. Well, go ahead, Canelo. How did you see this situation?
I saw exactly how Kurz was saying is exactly how I saw it, because I even said Toya forgot about season 1 when she got slapped in the pool and Miss Lucy was beating her with the purse. I said for her to be in folks' faces and not remembering that, but they both was wrong. They both were wrong. She shouldn't have bucked and she shouldn't have put her hands on each other. They should have never did it. But Toya was she bucked first, and like I said, season 1 came right back around and slapped her in the face. So, I'm just saying.
No, Canelo, you know, because you my boo, I gotta help you put the train back on the track. Hold on 1 second now. I called you. First of all, I had to tell my husband, okay, what you was in here telling our business about our finances. So you sound right. I'ma say that B over there came up in the Holland Slave Party. In the Holland Slave Party, we just trying to do jingle bells up in here and have some couple of drinks, and she coming up here calculating and talking about our liens, okay? And then now I got this other chick over here, Anila and Zaina, talking about I'm sleeping around in the neighborhood, and I broke up the whole friend group. So no, I'm gonna run my mouth. And so you, the lawyer, remember guys, she's a lawyer who cares about her career. You should have kept your butt on that couch, but no, you got up. You fought it free. She fought, eat your food. Thank you. Who said that? Eat your food. You know what I'm saying? Is that you, Juanita? Thank you. Sit down.
No, that wasn't me.
Right?
That was me.
Well, thank you. I appreciate y'all. You sit down and eat your food. Hold on, Canelo, because you got a whole law degree. But no, you want to get up because you want to take this to the streets in this 14,000 square foot home. Don't do that in somebody else's house. But you want to get up and you want to buck your chest. You gonna buck your chest next to mine, or you gonna get what you get, and that's all right. I'm sorry. Wait, Canelo. Roy here. Let me move on to you. How do you feel about this whole situation?
You know, Audra was completely wrong.
I agree.
I'm just I can flat out say that.
I agree with you.
It's very funny to me how Toya can run around all season and bully the new people. And we can talk about everybody. We can do all of this extra stuff.
Just like Giselle.
Well,
then when the shoe is on the other foot, when it's time to get read, or for whatever I have to give you, because unfortunately Audra's read fell flat. It did. It is what it is.
And she was
but the business was exposed. What was to be done was done. Yeah. And I feel like I'm with the shits. So if you're going over to your husband, and I'm Audra, and you calling me this bitch, guess what? I'm finna roll up on you and see what's up with this bitch. Because for real, had security not been there, them swings would have definitely connected to Toya's face, and somebody would have been laying out on the floor. Somebody would have had to call Eugene to get the ER to help him to get his wife into the hospital. Because she was finna knock some jaws loose. She was finna knock some teeth out.
Eugene blocked it. Oh no.
She probably would have hit Eugene too, because he don't look like he was ready.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, honey, I'm gonna come back to you. Okay, so hold on a second. Naughty Love, what went down with this buck up situation? What went down?
I know, Diva, we from the East Coast. You buck up this way, we going for the jugular, okay? You ain't gonna be bucking over. You gonna try to expose my finances, which you know nothing about, and then you gonna turn around and jump in my face. It is on. All bets are off. I don't care what my career is. We going for the jugular, Diva. That's how we go. But, she kind of contradicted herself. Like, boasting about her being a lawyer and all her degrees, and you turn around and act like that. You know what I mean? Like,
lawyers can fight.
But we can fight, though. I'm just saying, don't be calling the cops on me.
Right.
Don't be
But
calling the
listen,
cops.
Nadi.
We want
Right,
you to be
listen,
a one.
Nadi. She said, I'm for Africa. I don't play about my career. So Toya called it right from the door. You're not a good lawyer. How you going to be up in some party bucking up against somebody? You, of all people, should know how to use your words. I would have used my words from right where I was at and say, watch your mouth, baby girl. Don't be calling me no B. But no, you got up. You got up.
You physical with it.
Well,
You
you know what?
physical with it.
Listen, even Phaedra had her breaking point. Even Phaedra had her breaking point with her purse. But I was going to say this.
About to knock.
Yeah.
The purse didn't connect though. The purse didn't.
It didn't connect, but she was going to try. I got.
She said, "Girl, I'm
let me jump in real quick. I got to jump into this one because this is what I see. Toya learned her lesson. What she learned was that not everybody is Lisa Nicole Cloud. Not everybody is that person. So she can't go out there and try to haze everybody because they will bounce back. Now this woman been on the season, coming up there having a good time, and she doesn't know her from a can of pinto beans, and then she want to go up there and say, "You're not a good lawyer, honey. How do you know that? You don't know this woman." So now she's sitting in those scenes. Now you want to call out her name? No, she was trying to read it and work out. But you better believe that lady from, that lawyer, whatever she is, she's a human being. She's like, I'm tired of this woman. I'm going to go over here and do. So I think I don't remember that scene as well as everybody's talking about, but I think both of them had some energy there. I think that Toya just think that she could just do that to whoever she wanted to do that to.
Exactly.
Now, Anila and Audra, mind you, the two people she was having issues with is the same people she thought she can haze. She tried to haze Audra Anila last year. Listen,
I'm about to burst over here.
I'm sorry.
Amen.
Basically, she thought she can drag Anila and Audra, and both of them was getting her together on that count. They said, "No, you cheated. No, you're this. I want to box you." They would tie that woman basically. Now I don't agree with balance, but I think Toya was signing a lot of whoop tickets that her butt can cash.
Oh, okay.
I mean, let's just face it.
Hold on 1 second. Who's trying to speak? Juanita, go ahead, speak.
Oh, thank you. Now, first of all, Toya had a flashback for when her and Mariah got to fight. And she said, I'm not going to let my butt get beat again. And you go get up in my face, I'm going to slap you right out of it. That's number one. Number two, Audra's supposed to be such a high-profile lawyer or whatever it is she's supposed to be. You're supposed to be sitting over in the corner like with your legs crossed like Dr. Jackie.
Drinking that. Can I please answer that?
Whatever it is that you said.
Can I please answer that?
And saying she just ghetto. I'm not.
Can I please answer that? Can I please?
Hold on, Sebastian. Hold on. Go ahead, Juanita.
But now, as for Toya, she took it to the alley. As we see down south. She said she wasn't gonna take any more butt whoopings. She wasn't gonna get her butt whooped on that show. And Audra started acting up, really getting bad when everybody was pulling her back because Toya was on her.
She was calm with it, right? She was calm with it.
Right.
Team
Until
Toya
people start pulling her back.
Yeah, Team Toya on this one. Miss True Kelly, you're in the building. What do you want to say about this?
In this whole situation, I was Simone. Because after Audra did her little bit, she was like, Simone was like, come on, it's time for us to go. She did the little She knew the drama was coming. And I do respect Heavenly for giving Toya the heads up. Because
I do too.
Whatever, she said, oh, you don't want me to talk because you don't want to hear what's going to come out my mouth. So they was all trying to ambush Toya the whole night.
Yeah, they were.
That's what they were trying to do.
It's
and
true.
So when Toya got pissed off with that whole rumor and was not bucking up, but like questioning Anila and the three girls on the couch, and she was already pissed off. She was with her husband. Her arms was around his body, and she was standing to the side, to the back of him, and she was telling him about all the stuff that the girls were saying. And then, what's her name? Audra got her behind up and inserted herself back into the fight. She got herself back into the fight. She didn't have to get up. Toya was talking to her husband about what happened in that room. She got her behind back and came to Toya. And even when Audra was talking her smack, Toya was still on the side of her husband talking, holding his waist. And Audra kept getting closer and closer to Toya, so Toya got closer and closer to her. And Audra put her whole body, I swear, her breast was on top of Toya's chest.
Yes, it was. Come on, girlfriend. Tell the facts.
Close to me.
Y'all need to go back and watch the
Wait,
replay
hold
a
on one
couple of
second. Hold on one
times.
second, everybody. Wait, hold on one second. Miss True Kelly, hold on one second. Wait, Miss Kelly, hold on one second. Girlfriend, you are doing this recap very well. You saw it with your own eyes.
Yes.
You saw it clearly. You got the facts, girlfriend. She bucked up her whole rack of cash. Go ahead, continue. I'm sorry. Continue.
Attorney to facts.
I feel like
that's what happened. That's exactly what happened.
Toya was already pissed off. Why even insert yourself in this situation? Even Anila said, I dodged the bullet. Because Toya was on
That's because Anila was scary and she couldn't do nothing if Toya did. So
yes. Okay. So wait. Renee. What do you want to say about this situation?
I have a quick question first. Do they get kicked off the show if they fight or no?
Toya would have been kicked off.
No. Hold on. This wasn't a fight. This was a protection.
Right.
Yeah. But not only that, hold on one second. This was a protection of my social distancing space. True. You don't come that close up on me. Where we do that at? You don't be right here on me. No, I got to back you up. That was just me saying back up.
Back up. Exactly. Back
up.
Right.
Can I speak, please?
Audra, no, Diva. It was back the hell up. That's what that was.
Can I make this point? Diva, can I make this point real quick?
Yes.
Audra is giving me Wendy Osifa from Housewives of Potomac. Her
same
storyline is that proud African. We're all about education. And
boring.
I just feel like this is all too familiar.
But, but I agree with that. But what I want to say is this: for me, I don't think Audra's perfect. But what I think is to Toya, what issue did you have with this woman, this stranger that you met, first seen, first sight? What issue did you have with her from the moment she even spoke her words?
Amen.
That for me as a viewer,
champion clothing.
Thank you.
It's
just a problem.
I think as a viewer, basically trying to treat her like Lisa Nicole Cloud. She can haze her the whole season. And so for me, I don't think Audra's perfect, but I'm looking at Toya like, girl, you don't know her, so how do you know she's a bad from the first time you saw her? Really? No, I'm not.
Well, she said she was a bad
how
lawyer.
is everybody blaming Heavenly? I see these chats. I see y'all blaming Heavenly.
Exactly. It's not
Heavenly was just being a good friend.
The friends even blamed Heavenly.
I'm telling you, yeah, she's a pot stirrer a little bit.
For
Heavenly should have minded her business.
I appreciate.
Time out. Because we can't hear everybody. So I'm gonna go around, but I admitted on this, the beginning of this one, I was team Heavenly on this one. Because if somebody's saying that I destroyed the whole neighborhood in a friendship group because I'm sleeping around town and they here on this couch at this party, no, but you see how none of them confessed to it, right?
Right.
None of them said it was them.
How did
they didn't know that. Yes, go ahead.
But Heavenly should have told her in the bathroom behind the scenes, though. She
but
did
they couldn't get
show.
So
no, she's being a little messy though. Because I know they have each other's number.
Did Quad start the rumor? Did Quad start the rumor with them? Did she start it because she was talking to Anila? Was she the one that was talking about it? Quad was she?
Quad is messy.
What Heavenly said was that Quad. She was on the phone with Quad and Anila when this conversation came up about
Toya,
whatever happened with Toya, and that whatever the friend that Anila brought, she was the one that told them. Lena was the one that told them. Right. But Lena is not telling where she got this rumor from, allegedly.
But that's
so that's the problem.
I don't like that.
But
like, if you want to tell it, tell it all.
Tell it all.
I feel like Heavenly should have gave Toya no kind of heads up, because she definitely didn't give us a heads up for this YouTube mess. Like, why are we all of a sudden looking out for Toya now? Toya don't never look out for us when stuff come up. It's always an ambush. So why all of a sudden is everybody just having so much compassion for Toya now today?
Can I come defend?
I think Toya.
I say one thing for Toya real quick.
Yeah,
so for Toya, when she talked about Audra being a bad lawyer, if you remember at that dinner table, they were talking about a topic, And I think Audra's trying to defend a statement or someone at the table. And she said, girl, you're a bad lawyer, because she wasn't making her point. She wasn't making a point.
She didn't make her point. She was talking about Jackie drinking. She said, you know that Jackie does not drink, so why are you trying to pressure this woman to drink? That is a perfect fact.
And you
Who
know
said
what?
the fact? Toya got mad because she read
a bad lawyer. I don't think people are going too far. I don't think she meant it like, oh, you're really a bad lawyer. It was a joke.
I think Toya was joking.
And then the champion out there.
Okay, so let's bring it back for 1 second. I do think she meant it as a joke. Audra got all in her bag of feelings, and you can tell she's bothered by Toya. If somebody tells me something and I'm not moved by it, you're not going to shake me. You're not going to break me. I'm not going to come out of my character. Yes, you can. 1 second. I'm not going to come out of my character. You don't went to undergrad in law school, and you want to let somebody punk you with their words? What are you going to do when you up against a prosecutor that's coming at you and your client? You going to take the thing and smack them?
No,
come on now.
Toya's messy, and she got to be careful because she picked the right one.
Nina Love, hold on 1 second. Nina's in the building. Nina, what do you want to add to this conversation?
Hey, y'all, can you hear me?
Yes.
Listen, I've been waiting on this show since you announced you was going to be doing it. Yes. And I don't know why I'm not getting your notifications, but that's all right. YouTube be acting up sometimes. But I kept putting in the Chronicles. I kept putting it in until I seen it. So, but anyway, I'm Team Toya and I'm Team Heavily. I'm with you 100%, Diva. Listen, when you buck up at me, stand up out your chair with your whole chest.
Give it to him, Nina.
Now you got like 10 pounds of chest. Yeah. You buck up at me like that. You in my face so close you can spit on me. Oh, you getting up off of me. You are
invading my hand.
You are not just invading my privacy. You are in my face, about to kiss me.
Yes.
Oh, not lesbian.
And I think
Hold on, guys, because Nina is dropping jewels. Go ahead, Nina.
Yes, because I stayed up against my bedtime to watch this. Anyway, so with Dr. Heavenly told Toya like she's supposed to tell Toya. Right there where the people are, they're sitting there talking about her. Anila, I don't like you no more. I used to like Anila. But when you pulled that stunt on Toya and them about that, y'all was movies and all this old stuff, you and your husband, you didn't drag your husband on, so you already got you vindictive against her anyway. But Anila, you brought your little coochie gang band with you. What your mama tell you? Your mama said, when her mama said, no, you didn't, Anila. No, you didn't. Anila got quiet and said, I dodged the bullet on this one. And she was basically thanking Audra for taking up for her. Audra got what she deserved. Don't do that. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be quiet. I'm with whoever said, I think she's already gone off your panel. I'm tired of these. Now, I ain't against African women, but y'all coming on these shows bold. You know what I'm saying? Y'all coming on these bold like you need to state your claim on your place. You don't need to not be that type of way. You know what I'm saying? Just ease on in. You gonna fit in, but hey, the show was on point, and Diva, you on point with this panel.
Yes.
Come on now.
May I speak? May I speak, please? Can I go?
And I like right, wrong, and different. Dr. Heavily was looking out for Toya. And excuse me, don't have me in the room. If you my girlfriend, don't have me in the room and somebody talking behind my back and you don't give me a chance to address it. And you say it to my face. Let's go. And that's what I don't like. Don't come up here talking about I'm sleeping around. If you gonna tell it all, Diva. Let me hear all the facts. And you better have facts because I'm coming for you.
And have the right where I can see him.
I'm gonna take my shoe off and put it in your face.
But you gotta blame
he said you better have pictures. You better have text messages. I want proof. Don't come for my marriage if you don't have
hold on, guys. Allie, thank you so much for the super chat. Toya has been coming for her since day one. As a lawyer, you expect people coming for you at your job, not a friend group, especially if I just met you. Allie, you know what? I'm getting saying, right? But hold on 1 second. You know what, though? No matter what, though, as a professional, if somebody's coming for you, you never let them see you sweat. Audra came in there with her practice written down read, and she thought it was going to drop a bomb. Right. And when the bomb exploded in her face, when Toya was just sitting there like, whatever, oh, well, I did the math wrong. Who cares? Why you in my business? She thought Toya was going to fall to pieces when she talked about her 18 liens and how she really didn't make no money. When Toya was just like, whatever. Yeah. When she was like, whatever. Then that's when Audra sat down and nobody was like, oh my God, oh my, because they already know that Toya is messy with the money, right? So now Audra's pissed because she didn't trump Toya. So now the conversation goes different, right? Why do you now have to get up out your seat? You don't let them see you sweat, girlfriend. So you messed up and you said you about your coins, you about your job. Well, that display that you did at the Hollis Slade party didn't show a woman that's about her coins. I'm not going to let you break me. There's no way I'm going to let you break me. I would have cut her to the meat with my words, but I would have never bucked my chest up against her.
As a lawyer,
tongue lash.
But you know something,
she's better with her words as a lawyer.
Right.
Toya did what needed to be done. Okay.
Why is these lawyers coming on here? This is what I don't understand. Why y'all coming on? Y'all
it's
got
a
more
medicine
to lose.
show.
But it's a medicine show, and then
it's married to
Real
medicine.
Housewives of Potomac. Ain't none of them got no real jobs but Wendy Osefa. So why are y'all coming on here losing y'all's career behind this? No, ain't none of them got no real jobs.
Miss Nina, I mean,
oh my God, Sebastian.
The Grand Dame has investments.
Wait, hold on, guys. Wait, hold on 1 second, guys. So just simply, we did hear about this, right? That Carmita was for the streets. Okay, so she put her hands on, but that's why I heard Anila saying, get her out of here. Why was this any of Carmita's business? Why was she in the business like that?
She defended her friend.
She was defending her friend. That's right. And guess what happened? You came on there to defend your friend, and your friend got shut down. She got scared. That's what Anila got. She got scared. She was so glad when she jumped up. And Audra jumped up.
This had nothing to do with Carmita, though. This had nothing to do with Carmita, though. Carmita had no right.
It would have nothing to do with her. So, and then this is why I blame for the rumor.
Tearing up that 14,000 square foot home. Hold on 1 second, guys. Allie, thank you so much for the super chat. Diva, I'm always with you, but you can't tell people how to behave when they're pissed in a moment. Like Mike Tyson said. Wait, hold on, Mike. Like Mike Tyson said, everyone has a plan until they're punched.
You got that right.
Well, Audra did lose that one. I got
her reputation. But you know, she's a whole professional lawyer. She's here ruining her reputation, and she can't dress.
No
like,
job.
come on,
Can I please say something?
Listen. Hold on, guys, because I want to be able to hear everybody. Well, you know what? You got me with that one. Everybody does have a plan till they punch them out. But you know what? No, she should have never bucked her chest.
That's
she right. Sat on the couch
against Toya. Amy J, you're in the building. How you doing? What do you want to add to this conversation?
Was Audrey drunk?
Probably.
Yes, she was drunk.
I don't understand why she was doing all that.
I heard that at that time she was pregnant because she's pregnant now.
Oh,
or she maybe. Right. Yeah, so I don't think she was drunk. I really
said she didn't know she was pregnant at that time yet. So she didn't know she was pregnant at that time.
Oh, she didn't know she was pregnant at that time. Well, you know what though? And see, that's a problem too, Audra.
Right. Talk about it, Diva. Talk about
it. She didn't know. She didn't know.
He's like, she didn't know. That was my
She knows so much. Get to know your body, girlfriend. Get out of here. I'm sick of Audra. But wait, I gotta wait. Hold on, Nina, because we gotta move on because so much more happened that we need to talk about. Because I do need to get to this scene with Quad because she almost started a forest fire. But anyway, we're gonna get there. So what's the name? Anila's mom is everything. Okay, I love her and I want her to go nowhere. So let's get to the scene we're at Anila's house, right? And it's heavenly. It's Audra it's Anila, right? Are we gonna have to call Peter on Dr. Heavenly? Because everywhere she goes, she's wearing this fur vest. I'm over it. Like she wears it everywhere. She
That's
don't
from
wear
her
it in
beauty
4
store.
different scenes.
It's from her beauty store.
Right here.
It is. It is. She advertising.
The shade. You didn't have to put it out like that, though. You could have just said,
she said it herself.
Dr. Heavenly?
On her Instagram. She advertised it on her Instagram.
Well, okay, I'm sick of that fur vest. But listen, Audra is clueless. She act like, I didn't do anything. Why does she hate me? Why does Toya, like, from the moment she met me, she just didn't like me? Girl, whatever, okay?
Right.
And then and Dr. Heavenly tried to say, I will get this to Dr. Heavenly too. She like pretty much was trying to tell Audra, why are you telling that girl's business? Shouldn't you be above that, Miss Lawyer? And she said, well, it's public information. It could be public information, but you're in the group and you're a lawyer and you should be above that, okay? Give the information to Anila to leak, but you shouldn't leak it. But anyway, and then Heavenly confirmed it too. She told Audra, she said, you got your butt kicked.
Right. She showed me.
Right.
I like Heavenly. I love me.
Look, what you see is what you get with Heavenly. She a straight shooter, okay? And she not gonna hold her tongue.
And Dr. Heavenly told Anila, she said, you brought Zena to that party to be messy, okay? You knew that she was going to be messy, and that's why I told my girl Toya what was going down, because you brought that chick to be messy, and she brought the mess too. Zena brought the mess.
What she said was, Quiet invited her. She just got in the car to go to the party with her.
I believe that.
I believe
Anila
that. She could have drove her own self. She could have got her own. She could have had a ride share. She could have got Uber. I mean, why did I have to get in the car with you? I could have taken my own. If Quiet invited me, I'm coming by myself.
If she
we're almost the same place, but I'm still can ride by myself.
Can I please speak?
How fancy was.
That's
Can I please go after Camilo?
If she lives in Anila's neighborhood, she has money. So if she don't got money for Uber,
that's
a husband, something like, yeah, sure. I don't believe that. I think Anila is lying because Anila is scary and she don't even serve the show. Like only her mom, I feel like, is funny, but I feel like Anila can go somewhere.
We don't want Anila to go, but wait, go ahead, Sebastian. You're dying to say something. Go ahead, Sebastian. What do you want to say?
Okay, first of all, I want to say this. For the people who are blaming it on Heavenly, Heavenly respects the sacrament of marriage. She respects it. And she does not like it to be played around with. So that's why she told Toya what was going on, even though she was not in good faith or a good relationship with Toya. And also Audra, she's a real estate attorney. First of all, real estate attorneys, they are not hired. They are not like, they're only optional attorneys in certain things. You do not really need a real estate attorney if you know what you're doing. You don't need one if you know what you're doing.
Well, Toya, Sebastian, let me put your train back on the track. Toya did need some help, right? Because she got lean. She didn't really make the money she claimed she made. She got issues, and every other year or every 60 to 90 days, Toya is moving. So clearly she needs help. Now that I would give to Audra. That what I would give to Audra. Audra had some valid points. But the only part that where she messed up, you don't speak to nobody 2 seconds from their face, okay?
Exactly.
You give them distance. You give them distance.
This is why I thought she was drunk. She was way too drunk.
I thought she was too. I ain't gonna lie. I thought Audra was drunk.
I think she was even her husband grabbed her and she was like, okay. It seemed like she was off.
Yeah.
Even the way when her husband took her away, I thought, you a little shaky right there. But this one I want to say about Audra, talking about Toya don't know her. It's a lot of these housewives, first timers come on, don't nobody know who they are, and they still don't like them. So don't think you an exception, Audra. You came on the show bold, even when you was in the background not saying nothing. On the other episodes, you was back there with your chest stuck out all the time and your lips stuck out. So you was asking for that facelift. That's what you was asking for. You needed that facelift. So don't do that.
I was trying to fight her. I think Toya was trying to get her out of her face.
Heavenly said it. You got your butt beat. And Anila, why you gonna try to bring a posse when your posse shut up?
She's weak.
They sure did.
Because she's weak, Nina.
Toya brought a posse.
And her mom, that's why she wanted to get rid of her mom, because her mom straightened her butt out from all this mess she's causing. Her mama said, "Oh, Anila, you didn't say that." But see, she wanted to get, now her husband want to get rid of the mom and pay the other woman whatever, give her a car, whatever, a house, whatever, a room or whatever.
Oh, we gonna get there. We gonna get there, Nina.
Okay.
We gonna get there because they messing with that, right? But let's go to this lunch with Simone, Contessa, and Toya. They got messy at that lunch. They got real messy at that lunch, right? Toya said that Eugene trusts her. So God bless Eugene. Eugene, I think, could see videos, pictures, screenshots, and he still would be like, Toya didn't do it. But you know, that's Eugene and his business with Toya. He loves her. And listen, when they said to death do you part, Eugene meant that, okay? He's not leaving his Toya. Toya could take them to the poorhouse where they're going to need Section 8 food stamps. And,
Now, let's not do food stamps because you know I love
Can I make this?
Oh my God,
Look, I'm down for anything, but you better not take them away from me.
Oh my
I didn't
food stamps, but if you are, you need to let me know because I need some too. Shoot.
He's still not going to leave her. He's still not going to leave her. Okay.
And guess what, Diva? I want to make this point. I want to throw this monkey wrench into the panel. Although I don't like what Anila tried to do with her friend and trying to comfort Toya, I don't put it past her for sleeping around. Eugene's never around. And remember that last season, she was yearning for attention. Like my husband's never around.
We cannot give Toya a pass for all of this mess. Now hold on. We cannot give Toya no pass. Toya been bullying all these past 2 seasons. She bullied Anila. She bullied Audra. She tried to bully Contessa when she got on. She's been running through all of these people. She mistreats Eugene. Heck, Eugene couldn't even get a package because he working so hard. He don't have time to sit down with a camera and somebody and have a conversation. But she can run around. And y'all got to stop this mess with Toya.
He's gonna be a fool. Like
Eugene needs to get a backbone. Number one, Eugene needs to get a backbone and put his foot down.
Okay, so hold on 1 second, because I'm here. Hold on 1 second. I'm hearing some good stuff, and I want to be able to hear everybody.
Can I go?
So I'll go. Yes, go ahead.
We all talking.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Diva.
What was I gonna say? Eugene's a damn fool. If he allowed her to walk over him, then that's not her fault.
That's right.
It's not her fault.
But look, I agree. Eugene needs to get a backbone.
Okay, so hold on, guys. Wait, let me just say this real quick. That's again where I come on. I believe what Dr. Heavenly says. You got to treat your man right. You got to treat your man good. You got to feed your man. You got to have sex with your man. You got to be kind to your man, and you don't be disrespectful to your man. So on that note, Toya's husband worked in the ER during one of the crises, the worst crisis we had. Yeah. So when you got a man that is working in the ER and he's seeing people go left and right, it impacts you. When that man gets home, you have the shower running, Okay, you lay his little pajamas out on the bed. When he come out the shower, you give him his tea, you give him his wine, you give him whatever he wants. And if he falls asleep that night and you can't give him some, when he wake up in the morning,
you
make
hit him
sure
in the
he's
morning.
good.
You give him,
So
you
That's what a
slap
bad
him to
one
the
gonna
death.
do.
Talk about
That's
it,
what a
Diva.
real one gonna do.
Balls empty, belly full. Let him leave like that.
But that's why her husband is ready to leave the ER, because when he talked about how he was so emotional about everything that he had seen, I felt that in my spirit.
I did too.
Because I have a good girlfriend that took care of my brother. She is a director of the nurses. She couldn't take it anymore, but she's still there. But she was like, you just don't know what you see. You just don't know what goes through. So he was an emotional character, and he just can't take it no more. Toya needs to be what everything that Diva said. That's what she needs to be to that man. But I do blame Eugene, because he knew what he married. So he married her.
I agree.
I mean, it's on both sides, but the problem is with Toya during that hard time in 2020 when people were going left and right. She, like Diva said, she should have had the water running, the bed made, his pajamas on the bed,
the leg cocked,
right.
It don't take a little side leg.
I can't with Miss Diva, but no, then when he was taking off his clothes, he was taking them off in the garage. She could have been there with the robe or something. The moment that man actually sat down to try to unwind, the first thing came out of her mouth: "We need to go to Paris. Why are we stuck here? The world is closed. I'm sick of this. I need to do something."
Toya is a spoiled brat, but he allows it.
And we
He
know
allows
that.
her to be a spoiled brat, though.
But see, and I agree with everybody on the panel about Eugene needs to get a backbone. But the thing is, this was a hard time. And the one thing that man could have gotten from her that he needed was just some emotional comfort. We do not know how many people who have, gone to the other side that day he have seen. It could have been 50 to 100. He tried to decompress. He wanted to come home and just hear, how was your day? Even if it was hard to talk about it, at least say that. I want to go to Paris.
Let me throw this in there, Canilla. Your home should be your sanctuary. So if you're having problems at work and then you got to come home to problems, it's like, why come home? Let me just read this real quick from Lorraine. I think that y'all are missing that Toya wanted to start something. Why would she yell like that to get everyone's attention? Despite being upset, wouldn't that be something you quietly tell your hubby? No, Lorraine. Lorraine, I love you. Wait, hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second, guys. Lorraine, I love you, right? But here's the thing, right? No, we in the party and they started these shenanigans up here in this party. I'ma let my hubby know. No, Anila, and so her husband could know too, and her mama. She over there talking about I'm sleeping around with people. And this chick right here, you may be talking to her husband, but that chick right there, she coming here with calculating and telling all our business. No, I'm gonna say it loud and clear too.
That's right, Diva.
Oh, I get it. Yeah,
I feel like Anila has a axe to grind with Toya, because remember they were so close in the beginning, and then all of a sudden it started to be all this conflict, and they were clashing. So I kind of feel like she has an agenda, and that's why she brought that other young lady to try, because she doesn't have a spine enough to do it herself. Okay, let's just face it. She's probably scared of Toya.
Agreed.
But that's
you know what I mean? So she tries to do it a
Yeah.
backhanded way. And you cross people, you get what you get. Karma is something else. And I know, Diva, you want to get to it.
Okay, so let's get here. So Simone, Contessa, and Toya having lunch. I think it was dead wrong how they brought up Quad and this situation, and how Quad slept with the contractor. And Toya, you didn't like when they was telling rumors about you the other night. So why would you go at this lunch and talk about a rumor? I thought that was dead wrong.
Didn't like Contessa didn't like when Heavenly was on YouTube talking about her, and she didn't like it, and Simone didn't like it when they were doing it to her too. So it's just so funny. Mel just said it, hypocritical. Like, I just don't understand.
I want to say to Naughty Love, I was going to say what she was saying was spot on. What everybody was saying was that it's not, if you having issues with a lot of people on the cast over these years, honey, it might be not them, it might be you. Like, why would you sit in that living room with half the cast on one side? Either they talk behind your back, or they confronting you on the couch. Even a new person who's just been there for a hot second all want a piece of you. So yeah, when you start talking loud, you better believe me, the person's going to run over there and say, "Listen, I'm not tired of you in your mouth. And I don't give a damn if I'm a priest in the church, honey. I'm going to get you together." Now I'm not going to do anything to you, but please stop talking about me, acting like I'm not about to step to you and let you know, stop this, girl. Like, stop it right now. Toya, she starts something. She people react to her, and then she starts it again. So that scene right there at the table was case in point. You hot and going crazy at the party, but yet you sit there and engage in a story about this woman who you were just at her home. You were eating her food, and that's Toya in a nutshell.
Phony.
Jesus
Christ.
Yeah.
Toya didn't, I feel like she was right in defending herself, but Toya, she rubs me the wrong way. Like, I feel like she's very sneaky and manipulative behind the scenes, and she kind of gives off the vibes like, really, my husband's not gonna believe anything, so I could get away with what I want. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he's not looking too close at this or whatever. She just gives me that vibe, like she's not loyal.
Let me tell you this. She knows her stand with Eugene for sure. She knows she can get over and do whatever the heck she wants to do.
Right.
But he set that scene up. But just because you know your spouse is gullible to you, that don't mean you gotta utilize the
I think
take
she
advantage.
uses it as a weapon, Diva. I really feel like she uses it as a weapon, and she holds them emotionally hostage, so to speak. And it's just like she's like a bottomless pit. Like, it will never be enough for her. And I just look at Eugene and I feel like, how much are you willing to sacrifice of yourself and your happiness just to keep her happy, just to have stuff? Like,
but what make y'all think he ain't happy?
Right.
Somebody said it. He might love everything about that woman.
Look at him. Because like when you
he looks tired. He like it. He looks tired. He looks tired. He looks worn out. He looks like he needs a vacation. He does.
Like a
but you know what, Nina? He needs a vacation from his wife, but he doesn't realize that. But hold on 1 second. Misbehaving, you're in the building. What do you want to add to this conversation? Can you hear me?
She might be on mute.
Hey, girl.
Okay.
I feel like Eugene is insecure because if he walked around like, oh, I'm a doctor, I make money. I'm not saying you should walk around like I'm a doctor, whatever. But I'm saying if he had a little confidence, a little Toya would respect him more. You know what I mean?
Toya married a nerd.
She did, but but you know what though? What Toya doesn't realize, usually with his type, once they do break, it's almost no turning them back.
Right. That's
so
right.
She better be careful, and she better get herself together. But Simone, not really Contessa. Contessa was kind of just listening at this lunch, but Simone and Toya was very messy at that lunch when they was talking about Quad. But
shout out to Contessa
and they used to
finally
be
having
friends.
a nice wig. Shout out to Contessa and her wig. Finally, something good.
I like the way she talks.
I mean, Contessa is not my favorite, but she gives me vibes of like she's trying to find herself, the different color wigs.
Yes.
Like, she's trying to find her style.
She don't love that husband. She know what she likes. She needs to be true to that.
I think she's on the other side.
Oh, did you see how we went
Hold on 1 second. Okay, so let's get to this scene. Anila complaining about her mom, right? Told her mom is not working out. Her mom needs to go. She wants her mom to go home. The mom did say this, and this is true. She said the kids need to learn. They do need to learn. They can at least put the dishes in the sink. Okay, they're old enough. And if you don't teach them now, then when will they ever learn? Okay, so I do agree with Anila's mom on that. And she was funny when her mom put the thing on her head and got the broom and said, "Oh, this is what you want me to do?"
She went crazy with that Swiffer. That Swiffer was moving around that kitchen. She was.
Her mother is funny. Okay,
she's funny. Very
I have
funny.
a question. Did Anila grow up rich? Did she grow up rich?
No, she didn't.
Why does she act like she had a maid and a butler and like she don't know how to do dishes? Like I don't understand.
So see, Camila, from what I understand, Dr. Heavenly said that she didn't not as a baby, but in her middle high school years, that's when her dad all of a sudden got all this money, and then they started having help. So I don't think childhood rich, but
Yeah, because she did say that when she said her mom, when they was in India, when they came here, they didn't have all that help. And I think she did say when they got to the the teenage years and the high school years is when they got all the good money, and that's when it started coming in like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
you listen, you could get rich, you could get used to rich real quick. Okay, and forget everything that was behind you. I mean, I don't know how to wash no dish. I don't know how to press the.
But Diva, can I make this point? Anila, she wants her mother. She wants her mother to raise her kids. I think she's very entitled and lazy. Okay, all right, because there's plenty of women that do it all on their own, right, with no help.
Right.
Naughty,
she and she's a stay-at-home mom. She's a blogger.
No, Naughty. She has to blog, Naughty. She needs to blog.
Oh my God, but look at us. You got a child, and you're still blogging. You find the time.
Right.
Why? I mean, your kid knows how to put his stuff in the dish.
Listen, Anila says she got a blog. Okay, she got a blog. Let me throw this thing in there because we got to get the quad and this mom and the Mason. But wait, hold on. Let me throw this in there. Contessa and this trainer.
Oh God.
We can skip this scene, Diva. We can skip this.
Wait, hold on one second, guys. This is the only thing I want to add to this scene. I'm tired of Contessa lusting over every man walking and constantly making comments about it. Listen, boo, you decided to stay with your husband. Right. Stop being so disrespectful and saying every man can get it from you. I don't like this new thing that she's doing. It's messy. It's disrespectful. I don't like it.
You know what?
I want to add one thing before we move on. I want to add one.
She's lost.
She is lost. I think I'm agreeing with that. Go ahead, Contessa.
I want to say this. If it takes a man to teach you how to be feminine, something's wrong.
Right? Yes.
Because I'm going to tell you, he was walking like a man, and then he had to pose her and told her, "Oh, you would get about a 9 or 10 for the pose, but everything else you need work."
Can I tell you that before it goes like deep down? Contessa is in the closet, like that's why. Because
allegedly.
She doesn't really give me any feminine vibes. Like she tries, and then she says, "I must be a man because I think like this." And Canelo is right. If a man got to teach you to be a woman, allegedly, I don't know. It's just my opinion.
Let me say this. I mean, teach you how to walk in these pageant things or whatever it is she's trying to do. I get it, right? And those men, they have to do the poses themselves too when they're in. It's a certain way you have to pose and all that. Right. I didn't really have a problem with that. My real problem is stop lusting over every man and you're a married woman. Stop in every confessional talking about, oh, he could get it.
Because remember, Diva, at the beginning of the season, we were in our confessionals talk about, oh, we're doing so much better. We're good. We're gonna make it. Like,
which side is it? Which side is it? Are you married or you're not?
And then this dude was a little young boy. Contessa stopped. He wasn't even thinking about you. He was trying to show you the right form and everything you need to do. And there you go looking all around in the battle. No, Contessa, don't do that. She's not getting what she needs. Like Eugene is not getting what he needed at home.
Oh, so true.
But you know what? That body is banging though. That body banging. I got to give it to him.
True.
She banging. She got a body. He did. Can I make this point, Diva? I just feel like her and Scott really have lost lost their love language. They are not connected at all. Even when they're in the office, it's just very like business. They're in their head.
They partners.
Well, they told us that
partners.
the
I don't
relationship
feel
was
like
based
either one
off of
of
that
them
because they
are
got
really-
together because their credit scores was good. Remember when they
Exactly.
introduced that to dinner?
That's right.
Both of them was debt free and they had good credit. So
Yeah.
this has been a business
But
partner
that doesn't bring
relationship.
passion.
A
That
match
doesn't
made
bring
in heaven.
passion to the relationship.
Do you remember the woman from Married to Medicine, LA? The light skinned woman
I
whose
told
husband
y'all
stayed in
that white
Florida?
girl.
That's
She was
Contessa.
in
That's
I
Contessa's
feel like
friend.
allegedly,
That's her
if they had a relationship,
girlfriend.
they pulled the same stunt where they like leave their husband for months on end and then check in with the husband and the kids. Who does that?
They did that. They did that.
They both pulled that
They
stunt.
did do that, but hold on, guys. Wait, we're gonna move forward. Michelle said she does have a nice body, though. Oh, the body is amazing. It's on point. She all the way together and all the way ready. Mims, you're in the building. What do you want to say?
Hey,
What's up, everybody?
What's up?
Contessa has not been pleased the way a woman should be pleased since Brittany moved to LA. Ever
I
since
can't with
Brittany
Mills.
left,
I cannot. I can't.
Come on with it, Mills.
I can't with
I'm
Mills.
just saying, and she kind of gave us a little heads up that she's into women when she said that she would be cool with dating Michelle Obama or Felicia Rashad.
Yes. Oh, and Felicia.
I do not believe in any sense of the word that Contessa is attracted to any man.
No,
I mean,
agree.
Nope.
Y'all are messy.
That's what I was trying to say.
I said that.
Wait, Contessa, wait, hold on 1 second. Contessa muted Mims.
Mims, give it to us.
So okay. Let's get to this scene with Quad, her mom, Mason, and Mason's mom, right? They're celebrating the heavenly birthday of Quad's brother, right? Mason is a doll face. I tell you what, though, Quad would make a good wife because Quad be in that kitchen cooking for real.
Okay.
She don't play when it comes to that food. She actually cooks that food. She gets down in the kitchen. Now, the celebration had me concerned, okay? It had me concerned because I said, is that the urn on the table? Could the urn have not been somewhere else? I thought it was an urn. I could have been wrong. I could have been reaching. Again, my eyes might not have seen right. But if somebody was watching closely, I heard you, Sebastian, was the urn?
No, that wasn't an urn.
I don't think that was an urn.
I don't think
No,
so.
I want y'all to look again. I want y'all to look again. After the food, after they finished, like when they was eating, I promise you, I feel like an urn was on. Come on now, Z, was on that table. Okay, but here's where my concern. Come on now, look like it. I'm trying to tell you. Here's where my concern came in with those lanterns, right? And you lit them on fire. Could that not have caused a forest fire? Should we not have been concerned about those things going up in the air and maybe catching onto a tree and causing a whole situation? Was that not a concern for anybody, or was I just overly concerned? Yes.
I live here in Atlanta. I probably don't live that far from them. If I would have saw that thing, and I probably wasn't out when they was filming this, but if that thing would have came to my neighborhood, we would have problems. This is why Georgia have forest fires, because of her. I wanted to shoot her for that.
Unless you blame a quiet for Georgia's forest
I
fires.
thought you did lanterns on the beach area.
Yeah.
Yes. Because the wind blow it
down. That they'll go out. I thought it might have been a little bit too close. Now that you think about it, Diva. Now that you put it out there, because it could have landed on the grass and caused a fire. You're exactly right.
What's wrong with balloons, Diva? We do that same type of ceremony.
Those quad
for
is
family members that have passed on.
extra.
But we do the same type of ceremony for my family members that have passed on. Me and my family, we get together, we break bread, but we just release balloons.
Yeah,
their favorite color. We go with the favorite color.
And wait, guys. Little Mason had the fire hazard in his hand too, and was releasing it. That thing concerned me. I was concerned. I was scared. Thank you, Sebastian.
Can I ask a question to the panel though? Because one thing, I know her brother passed. Did they ever say like what he passed from?
Heart attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah,
that's sad. Because I really liked him when he was on the show. I thought he was
but
Quad
she's
is
just like
in that big house that she cannot afford, and she is gonna find a way to film a scene in any part of this house every chance she gets. She gonna look for an excuse to film somewhere at the house.
But you
We've
know
never
something,
seen Quad at
Mims?
home this much.
I don't
That was
understand why
definitely
they
an
brought her
urn. It was
back.
sitting in front of the baby mother. That was definitely an urn on that table.
Oh wait,
No,
who said
Michelle, I
that?
do
Hold on one
balloons in
second,
my
guys.
neighborhood.
Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. Who said it was definitely an urn?
True, Kelly. That was definitely an urn. It was a white urn.
Thank
It
you.
had a little sign on it, and it was sitting in front
Are
of
we
his.
talking about this?
No. Go after
No,
that
it was
once they
during
would
the
eat it.
dinner. I think
Once
they
they
were
would eat
during
it.
the dinner.
Yeah, it was sitting right in front of his the mother of his kid.
I looked
right in
at
front
it
of
as
her.
a vase. That's what I thought it was.
No,
Yeah, I
I
thought it
had
was
top.
Wait, okay, so 1 second. Toria said when you use them, the fire department gets called, and they do go out when they reach certain heights. I use them to honor my son's death. Okay. Oh, so my condolences, Toria. I didn't know you had a son that passed. But yes, Toria, out in the neighborhood, a residential neighborhood where there's trees and all kinds of stuff going on. I got concerned. I was concerned. Okay, I was concerned. But go ahead. Roya, what are you showing us?
This is the only thing that's on the table. It's a vase.
No.
The picture.
Go to after they eat. Go to after they eat.
After they eat. Okay.
Yeah, like while they were eating.
Too. Yeah.
But can I say this, Diva?
Yes.
So I don't understand why they even brought her back to the show anyway. So I'm just like over Quad. Quad is really over the top. She reminds me of Marlo Hampton. You know, she just way over the top. But
she don't
I do
scam
want to
people.
say this. A couple of things back that Quad is the culprit behind all this stuff that's going on. She's messy as all get out. With this stuff with Toya, all this stuff. Dr. Simone and them was talking the right language when it came to Toya. That's all I want to say. They was
when it came to Quad, you mean Nina?
I meant Quad. They was head on about Quad. Quad messy. And Quad by any means necessary, she gonna make her coins. And like Mim said, that house she in, now how you afford that house, Quad? You didn't get a big enough settlement from your ex-husband. I don't understand.
Bye,
And
guys.
it's got an
Have a good
elevator
night.
in it.
Sorry, I gotta go.
Yeah, but you know
bye.
what, Nina, can I do? And look, I'm
Okay.
not a big fan of Quad either, Nina. But in her defense, she does pharmaceutical sales, and I'm in pharmaceutical. They make a big coin.
Yes, they do.
Okay. I just want to
make a
know
big
what
coin.
that house, honey.
She quit. Are you being real nice? She quit
Can I
pharmaceutical
answer
sales
that?
as
she
soon
quit?
as
She
quit
quit
that
for
as
TV?
soon as she
I
was
didn't
trying
know
to do that doggy stuff. Quad
And
Yes,
she
she
is
did. I remember that.
You remember she got a cookbook out too, Diva. That's why she be in the kitchen all the time, because she got that cookbook.
But I mean, why
But
not
she
come
didn't
up
make
with
the
a
best
cooking
of.
show? She could get a YouTube channel for her
She
cooking.
did have a cooking
Why do
show
you
for
have
a
to be
minute.
Married to Medicine? You're not married to medicine anymore.
Ooh.
No, she
You
ain't.
know what? Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, I'm not really. It doesn't really make me that much a difference of her being on there or not, because there's a lot of these shows they supposed to be married or housewives or something, and they're really not, right? They're really
It's
not.
true.
So we would have to go around the town and kick a lot of people off of the shows because they're not what the title of the show says that they should be. But I just think I do feel like everybody else, like Mim said, you know, she gonna find a way to get a scene because she gonna get them coins. And I do believe, you know, not respectfully saying this though, I don't think she can afford that house. I don't think she has that much money, but you know, I don't like to count coins over here, but I'm gonna count them this
I
time.
do.
For
I do.
I want to.
I like to count people's coins.
I like
I want to say something.
Wait,
know,
hold
man.
on, guys. So we can hear. Let's hear one person. Go ahead, Miss. What were you gonna say?
I'm saying
Go ahead.
I like to count people's coins. Can you hear me?
Yes.
That's why it's going out.
I like to count people's coins. That's what I do.
We know you do. We know you do.
Come on, Mims, break it down.
I really do feel like Quad needed this show. Once she was off Sister Circle, at one point she had two different incomes. And when she did have those incomes, she really put Married to the Medicine on the back burner. Y'all remember
Yes,
she
she
had that
did.
party where she gave herself $100,000 car.
Yes.
And when she did that, Married to Medicine said, okay, I'm going to make you a friend of the show the next season. Quad realized when those coins dried up, just like when Nene's coins dried up, that whatever that $1 million or whatever she was making, it's necessary to sustain. Quad got this house. What she needs to do is try to find a man. Because if she's just on here as a peripheral character, we're going to get bored, to be honest with you. Is anybody really interested in Quad cooking for her mom? Her nephew, I love that relationship. But outside of that, Quad isn't really giving us much.
She really isn't. She's just skating on by.
She messy.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
messy.
She's
messy. The prettiest one in the. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna say that she probably is the prettiest one.
But Mariah said, Nina, remember Mariah was saying when they was beefing, like, she'll do anything.
I don't know what you're talking about. We need to get rid of Jackie and Simone too, because they ain't doing
nothing. But I think she's the prettiest one on the show. I got to give it to her. And no, then, she's not. She's the prettiest.
Contessa is a really handsome woman.
Hold on one second. You know, Nina, I love you. You said that Quad is the prettiest one.
I think she is the prettiest one on the show.
Put some respect on Dr. Jackie.
You got to think about what's the doctor name that's husband don't never be around. What's her name? That's Dr. Jackie. She's pretty, but I'm sick of Dr. Jackie. Dr. Jackie is boring, and she is. She needs to be worried about the way her husband at too. So I said it. Yeah, I said it. But I do
Nina, let me tell you, Dr. Jackie, she's just using the show to promote all her other business.
But that's the good thing about that, though. That's a good idea.
As soon as
she don't like the messiness.
She's smart for it, but as soon as the mess start, you know that she retreats.
She be out of there, don't she? 100.
Because she really cares about her brand.
I love y'all. I'm gonna be in the
You guys have to lose.
All right, I see you, Nina. So wait, hold on one second. Dr. Jackie is shady because when she was interviewing that doctor and the doctor said something about knowing how to perfect her marriage or whatever, Dr. Jackie got shady in the confessional. She said, "Oh, I'm gonna have to take a sip on that. You perfected being a good wife." Dr. Jackie, because you had your situation in your household, don't mean that goes on in everybody else's household. Maybe Sister Girl did perfect how to be a good wife, okay?
And Diva, don't you think it was disrespectful for her to be like, Curtis always talking about he wants time for me. Like, if you didn't want to provide that kind of time to someone, why did you get married? What was the point?
Why did you get married?
About Dr. Jackie.
He was begging her for years before he even cheated.
Curtis got a side chick. Yeah. Y'all, we got to dig it up. I know we can find her. But
ain't nothing changed. She gonna make it look.
Bye, y'all. I'm gone.
Bye. You know what? Let me add this. This is what I don't like. Somebody is giving feedback. I don't know who that is.
Let me mute it.
Let me maybe somebody's giving feedback. But see, here's the thing. What I don't like is when the wife is the breadwinner and she has to work a whole lot of hours to make everything happen for the household. It's okay when the husband comes like, "Oh, I don't got enough time." But okay, if the husband was doing all of that, the wife would just have to deal with the fact that this man has to work all of these hours to make the money for the household. So that's what I didn't like about her husband Curtis. Listen, you can't live this lifestyle, bro, if I'm not in the office working those hours. So what you want to do? Do you want to live in the slums and we be in each other's face every day, all day? Or do you want to live this lifestyle right here? Get on a plane every now and then and go on the trip, and then I'm going to have to be in the office. But if you want me to work less, then you got to go out there and get a job and go back to work or whatever. But you know what? You can't have everything your way. It's not right. Yeah, so go ahead.
Are you talking about Toya?
I'm talking about Dr. Jackie and Dr. Jackie. He always want to complain about she don't give him enough time. The woman is a doctor. You married to medicine. You know that after you have to, and here's the thing, in medicine, they always tell you people over paperwork. So sometimes you got to take care of 9 patients. And then at the end of that day, go back and chart on all 9 of those charts.
And go home to his ugly ass.
Say that again.
I said, and go home to his ugly ass.
Big ugly, right?
Look her back.
Really, man? Really?
A fine drink of water.
But I was gonna
He
say
is a cheater.
he
He cheated on a woman like Dr. Jackie. We can call him whatever we want. He is a kept man who chose to cheat on the woman who put him in that lifestyle.
It's true, man. That we know. We all know.
He used to be a professional basketball player.
It's very telling that the excuses men will give to go do what they want to do. That was clearly an excuse because it's the same thing that Martell Holt said.
Right.
Give me enough
Go
time.
ahead, Curves.
Give me this. You didn't do that. It's an excuse. If you're a weak ass man, don't come with a powerful ass woman and be mad when you have to sit by the sidelines or something. You need to entertain yourself. How about that?
And if you feel that way, if you feel like I'm not giving you enough time, divorce me then.
Yeah,
I hear you.
And I said that. I was like, why didn't Curtis divorce her? Because he put it on the table like 5 times. If you don't slow down, we're going to get a divorce.
No, for sure. But that did not give him the right to step out on her.
Yeah, cheating is never right.
Divorce me.
Cheating is never right. I'm not taking up for that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, he should, if he wanted to, do that, he should have just stuck to his guns and divorced her. He shouldn't. No, cheating is never right. I'm not saying that.
You know why he didn't want to do that, Canelo? Because he didn't want to give up that lifestyle.
Yep, exactly. Bang, Diva, you hit it right.
I wanna go real deep with you guys real quick, and I love the joke.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm being honest. For him to step out on her after she had a double mastectomy, and a lot of times when women go through that and they lose both their breasts, they go through a transition phase.
They lose fertility.
He did that to her at one of those times in her life where she just needed for somebody to say, "You're still beautiful. You're still this. You're still everything that you need to be." I will forever hate Curtis and his mom.
Oh my God, Mills, you almost made me cry. It's so true though.
Yeah, that's true. Because that way, I'm sorry, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was about to say because when he did that, Jackie was broken. You can see in almost every confessional during that season when that came up, she was hurt because she was telling everybody when she had the double myectomy.
Mastectomy.
No, it's not vasectomy.
It's mastectomy.
Okay, I thought you said vasectomy. I was like, look, ropey. But when she was hurt because she was saying she wasn't beautiful. She was saying that she didn't feel like a woman.
Yeah.
And when Curtis was there, during that time, she said he did make her feel good. So for him to go and cheat on her, and knowing that this was, she still wasn't over that, was foul. And that's when I stopped liking Curtis, because I'm like, if you was gonna do that, why didn't you just divorce her? We all know why he did it, but you just broke this woman down. But you know what? She's strong and she came back. And I guarantee you, he probably looking back now like, I wish I would have never did that, because we don't know. Jackie may not be doing what she did for him in the beginning before he did that. We don't know.
Yeah, she's real protective of her marriage, Canelo, and I get that. And she handled that situation like a real class act. I'll give her that. She's very shady, but she handled that situation like a class act. Even when everyone was trying to come for her, she protected him still. She still protected him in their privacy, even though he did not deserve that honor.
No, he didn't. And I love Jackie. Jackie's one of my favorites. And
she's boring.
Jackie money to take that.
I think she's good at what she does, but she's very boring to me.
And he spent Jackie's money to take that.
Yeah, I think what Curtis did his thing. But what I will say about Dr. Jackie and Curtis.
Curtis was supposed to love me.
Listen, I know I don't do that. What I will say about Dr. Jackie and Curtis is I do like the fact, even with Simone and Cecil, I do like the fact that they're not harping over the past. Like they have moved on. Because to me, if you're going to forgive, then you got to let it go. And that's the problem I'm having with Contessa right now. She's doing these subliminal messages of how she's just, attracted to everybody, and this person could get it and that person could get it. You've been dummy. Your
You know
kids
why
can
it
watch
works,
this
Diva?
later on. Yes, go ahead.
You know why it works? Because both parties are able to admit they're wrong. Curtis was completely wrong for what he did, but Jackie had a part to play in it too. And she has been able to admit, maybe I didn't follow the signs. Because she even said that when, I believe it was Simone that came over to her house when all of this was going on. And she asked Jackie, she said, well, did you see the signs? Did you think? She said, I thought about it. I know Curtis was asking me of my time, but I just never thought that he would do something like this. So a part of their healing, I think, was both of them seeing they're wrong in the situation, as I feel like Cecil and Simone did as well. And that's why they have been able to kind of make that full circle and able to close that gap in their relationship, in my opinion.
Well, let me say this. Let me just add this to it. If I missed the sign, did I miss the sign? But I ain't wrong. I ain't got nothing wrong in this. You cheated. You the one that's 100% and dead wrong in this whole particular situation. And that's just my thought process. All right. So I missed the sign. You're my husband. Hold the sign up one more time again. Okay. But the minute you decide to take your stuff, which is our stuff, outside of this house and share with somebody else, you 100% responsible and you're dead wrong. Okay,
exactly.
That's
you forgave him, though.
And when we go, listen, boy, and when we go to the counselor, you take full responsibility for these shenanigans.
Oh, well, we gonna be divorced because no, you're not gonna do that to me. You're gonna take some responsibility. You're gonna take some responsibility.
Paying the bill.
We both had a part to play in this. No,
I ain't taking none of it. And
I
listen,
don't take no ownership.
Listen, listen, let me say this respectfully. I'm paying this mortgage. Respectfully, I'm a doctor. Respectfully, I got 12 and 14-hour days, okay? Just like I told Toya, you need to treat your man right when he walked through that door. Curtis, shut your mouth and get your life together. Where's my foot bath? Run my bath water. Give me my wine. I just came off of delivering 10 babies, and one of them didn't want to come out. Okay, so
exactly.
Well, Jackie, Ms. Diva, I do got to say this. Curtis have been on his A game because that second season when they came back, when Dr. Jackie iced him out, would not let him come home. He been giving flowers. He been cooking. So he's probably still doing it.
That's what we can't talk about it because Jackie has forgiven him and she has moved on. So we cannot hold Curtis hostage.
Yes,
the
hell
right. Still gonna hold him hostage now. He gonna be like this.
Can I make this point, guys?
Yes, you can. Go ahead.
Dr. Simone and Cecil had to go on Dr. Phil, okay, to get their counseling together. Okay, they had to go on. Yes, they did. They went on the Dr. Phil show. Okay,
I'm going to YouTube this. Hold
on. And he said, you guys have lost your love language. They went on Dr. Phil. No way. They went on Dr. Phil.
They went on that con artist show. But let me say something. Listen, this is going to be next week, but the publisher, whoever she is, she got them all the way together. She said this book is fluff until you talk about the other woman, okay?
She
said this book was funny.
Omarosa.
Wasn't that
Omarosa?
That was Omarosa.
No, not Omarosa. No, their publisher. If you look at the previews for next week, right? Their publisher is doing the
Omarosa.
Yeah, I did too.
Oh, that's Omarosa said that. Oh, okay. I didn't know that was Omarosa that said that to her. Okay, I couldn't see. I told you I couldn't see.
I got the same problem, D, but it's okay.
Yes. Okay. So wait. So let's get to the scene with Dr. Karen and Anila comes to his office and she's getting Botox. Now, see, I'm not going to Dr. Karen and I like him though, right? But how you give this woman Botox in a face full of makeup? Her whole face is beat. You didn't clean the surface. And you shot those needles in her face. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? What are you doing, Dr. Karen? Girl, you don't clean the surface with no alcohol first. You just got that needle and that Botox and you squeezing it all up in her face. And I'm shocked that Anila, I didn't think she needed Botox either. I was shocked that she was getting it. But you know what? Now we really know why Miss Gomez left. We suspected it, but we know for sure now. Because what you showed me, Doctor? You showed me who?
That is them too. Ooh.
Yes, in 2018.
Oh well, wow! I gotta go back and watch it. I gotta go back and watch it. Yeah, Nina. That's what he did, right? That's what he did. So here's the thing, though, right? So my thing is, they want they want the real Miss Gomez back, and now they're gonna offer her room. See, she was sleeping in the closet. That's why she left. That's why she said.
That's terrible.
When you was driving to take me out tonight, I promise.
Now when she's sleeping,
Why? Right, exactly. Come on, Curves. They was like, oh, we gonna offer a room. We gonna offer anything. We want the real Miss Gomez back. You know what though? I promise you, I'm not on Twitter. Y'all gotta help me out. You better hashtag whatever, however you tweet at Andy, okay, and say we want Miss Gomez at this reunion, okay? We need Miss Gomez because they said they're gonna offer her everything. They said they're gonna offer her everything to come back. They want Miss Gomez back, and guess what?
They was probably making her have her own apartment and then having to come over to the house every single day. That's probably what was going on.
They was dogging her out. But we kind of suspected it. We knew when Miss Gomez made that dinner, and she said you can't even negotiate with me.
She said nothing you can say.
Nothing you can say.
Nothing you can say.
She lit her cigarette and pulled off the driveway.
No remorse.
Miss Gomez is not coming back.
She didn't even leave the bean recipe. She told her to Google
she did
it.
not. No,
she said Google it.
You want Miss Gomez? I want Miss Renee to show up to a reunion.
Oh, you know Miss.
Who's Renee?
Contessa's nanny, yeah.
You said
the Contessa nanny that cussed her out that year.
Why do you think I said he missing? Y'all should have called to that.
Because you know what? Contessa wasn't paying Renee either.
She wasn't.
She wasn't paying Renee. She wasn't paying Renee. So they dogging to help out. They dogging to help out.
The story was Miss Renee was already gone before Contessa and Scott came on. They ended up getting her back to come on. She wasn't working for them. She was just there for the show. But once she left because she had got mad, I think it was the second season they was on. She got mad and she was like she was done and she was walking off because they weren't paying her. And she got tired of her bratty kids. That's what she said. And never showed back up.
That's too much. Nanny problems. Wish I had them. I wish I had nanny problems.
Child, they had Miss Gomez sleeping in the closet. Okay, because now you want to offer her everything. No, y'all messed up. Now you know what she's worth. You see, people always know what you're worth once you're gone, but it's too late. I want to hear this phone call with Miss Gomez. I don't think she's gonna come back. So this was messy too, right? And it was kind of it's kind of sad. So Anila got robbed.
That was very sad.
They took a lot of her stuff. Her wedding ring was stolen.
Why did she have I'm sorry. Why did she have a ring on? I mean,
because she felt like leaving it at her 14,000 square foot, $3 million house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll accept that, Curves.
It's probably
okay.
Look, if she want to leave it in that 14,000 square foot house, that $3 million house, she can.
Oh, wait. We need justice for Miss Renee. Justice for Miss Gomez. And
hashtag reparations. Hashtag reparations.
Y'all is not going to kill me tonight. Y'all ain't been having fun about this.
Okay, wait. So they said, where was her lawn? So here's my concern with all of these reality stars. Y'all know across the board on different shows that reality stars have been getting robbed. How many memos do we need to send? Gear up with your alarm system. My house would be Fort Knox, okay? You would have to cross barbed wires. Okay,
those laser
you
lights.
would touch the door and you would get electrocuted. Get out of here! What the heck? Like, gear up. So
and it has been in Atlanta has been a target, and I think it's due to all the increase in violence, and that's why the DA is trying to crack down, Diva. But Atlanta has been a really big target, right? They're watching everything. They're watching their social medias and everything. You gotta wisen up. If you on a show like that, you gotta protect your home as best as possible.
See, the thing
it's
is,
not just about people being
the
on
violence really started during 2020. During the
pandemic,
George Floyd situation.
Rona.
Since it happened, Atlanta has not been the same since.
Yeah.
The violence has increased. That's why a lot of celebrity homes are being, broken into. That's why they're showing them on television, because it's like, people think it's, the REIT situation, which we know the REIT was set up, but the rest
no,
of
we don't. I don't know nothing. We know.
Okay, but I don't really think it's a celebrity thing. I don't think it's a celebrity thing. I think it's an everybody thing. We live in an Instagram kind of lifestyle now. Everybody can be anybody. Everybody is rich. Everybody has a Ferrari. Everybody has a mansion. And the problem with that is regular people are Instagramming luxury items that they have. And it's you become your own target. You're putting a target on your back just because you want to floss. And it's stupid. The rapper that just died the other day, he had been.
You broke up, man.
But Diva, can I say, I've been a victim of home invasion. Yeah, it is very violating. When someone come in, and I wasn't doing anything to bring that attention. You know what I mean? I just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and for Dorit to exploit that, I like, she lost me right away, because you're rich, supposedly. You don't have no worries in the world, and you're gonna put out there this narrative like this happened to you. And there's real victims out here that have been through that. And I had to move within 2 weeks. I could not sleep in my home. I didn't feel like I was able to protect my children in that situation. But becoming a vlogger, I'm like, okay, you gotta be on it. It just made me more cautious. Like, I try not to post anything live if I don't have to, because that people are looking on your profile.
Right, I do agree with you, but let me add this. I'm gonna leave Dory out of it, because that situation, it is what it is, or maybe it is what it's not, right? But I will say this though. A couple weeks after that, I don't even think it was a couple weeks, there was the guy in LA where there was a robbery, an armed robbery, and somebody's giving feedback. There was an armed robbery, and the wife ended up losing her life. So these things are serious. And I really think that all of them should take heed, because even though, like Min said, it may happen to everyday people, but it's happening in alarming numbers to them, because they are on these shows. And she's talking about blogging, and I get all this stuff free. And so someone felt like they was entitled to just go there and take it. And I think it's dead wrong. Do I think, I'll let you come in, Curtis, give me a minute. Do I think that Toya set this up? I think Toya is ditzy, but I don't think she's that low. I really, and I don't like the fact that they were putting that narrative out there, Quad, that it was Toya that possibly, did this. I know that Quad is pissed because she's hearing all the things about her, and she's feeling like, Toya probably is part of the rumors and whatever else is going on. And I get it. They all throw shade at each other. But to say that someone has set someone else up, and I get it, because Anila too felt like, she said it felt personal. Someone had to do it. Someone had to let them in, this, that, and the other. Well, let me say this. When you buy a home that is 14,000 square feet, and y'all got go-karts the drive around from each other's house into the tennis court, this, that, and the other. And all of y'all in that community don't have the wherewithal to have 24-hour security as something that y'all pay for and as the community. Well, then I'm not saying this, I'm not blaming the robbery on her, but shame on y'all for not putting your priorities somewhere different. Y'all gotta have an association, because who's taking care of those gold cards? Unless y'all all just buy your own. I think it's messy, but I didn't like the way they was throwing it on Toya's back. I didn't like that. Go ahead, Curves. I know you wanted to say something.
Okay. So we got hot tea. Hot. Ow.
Oh,
okay, what's happening? Okay.
Come on,
So
Curves.
the night of the party, Toya told somebody, allegedly,
This is so
that
extra.
there was a hit out on Anila and she needed to be careful.
Carrie
told her. Okay. So then 2 days later is when she got robbed. Also, 2 days later is when Toya had a huge party with lots of people not from that community getting to come through the gate that has a security guard. So you're right, Diva. It's not only a gated community, but there's a security guard that has to say, oh, Joe Smith, you're here to see Toya Harris Bush. Toya, is this true? Let him in. So that happened the same night. So that there were many people that were authorized to be in the neighborhood because of Toya's party, which might lend itself to why Anila and Quad were saying 2 + 2 doesn't equal 16. Because how did you happen to have a party, happen to be in the conversation about the hit, and now you happen to just be, your only response is it because she lied?
It did seem a little artificial, Curse.
Not only that,
when Toya had that conversation with Eugene, it seemed a little artificial and set up. It did. But I do not want to put it on them like that, but I hear you. And the stars are aligning.
Right.
Yeah.
And
in this coming up episode, Kieran even says that he had a false sense of security because there was a security guard at the gate, because there are gates, because there's this. So he's taking, and he said that's his bad. He's never going to get caught slipping again. And so everything you just said, gray hair diva, is what's going to get fixed. Kieran's on it.
Right.
Thank you,
Can I say something, Diva?
I like Karen.
Yes, Toria. Wait, hold on, guys. Is that you, Toria? Go ahead, say something.
Yeah, I've been here for a while, but I didn't want to jump in. I was trying to listen to everybody, but I got a few things to say real quick. Because I couldn't get in on when the fight happened. That chick was wrong. I would have mushed her too. And the only courtroom she'll ever see the inside is if she goes and visits to hear a case, because she would never represent me, not on a house, not on doing a will, not nothing, because she has zero ethics. And she's doing too much. And I agree with the young lady that said she's coming in like Wendy Asafa did. Okay, Anila, she sat there at that party and she brought the mess there. She wanted something to happen. I don't care for Toya. I hate the way she does Eugene. I said that a long time ago, but that lady is a little sneaky. Dr. Heavenly was right in telling her. I don't think she started it. I think she took too much flack for that, because she was right in telling her what they said. But Dr. Heavenly did start the mess about Quad, saying how she paid for this house. And I heard she slept with the contractor. That's how she paid for it. Dr. Heavenly did start that mess. Now the robberies. Oh, and Contessa, I forgot her. Contessa, thanks to Curves, shared something the other day with her and Toya on live, doing a live, talking about stupid stuff. They are crazy. Them women, both of them are lunatics. I mean, that live, I couldn't wait for it to be over. I was like, oh my God. But Curves be on it. She be on it. When they come live and there's something going on, she be on it. Them robberies, like Canelo said, it started after the pandemic, but a lot of them robberies, about 49 took place in Georgia. All were some type of reality star or had something to do with reality TV. And the girl from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, she's a beautician. She has a salon and everything.
Sierra.
She was robbed.
Yep.
And she had just bought that house and she refused to go back in it. She got rid of it.
That's sad.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all, Atlanta is really bad at this moment.
It got really bad, and I watched like 4 interviews because I follow the news down in Georgia because I got relatives down there. But I watched 4 interviews that attorney did down there, and she said, and she showed the rings. It was a ring of them, and they all were armed. Every time, because they would catch them, because all of them had cameras outside their house. They would catch them. They all were armed. They were just picking in the doors, going in there and just taking whatever. But it came from mainly, they took the jewelry, the purses, the things like that they were looking for that the women do brag about on these shows. And I feel bad for anybody that got robbed, no matter how I feel about anyone that gets robbed, I feel bad about. But Georgia has a lot of stars down there because you got Tyler Perry Studios and you got so many actors and actresses coming in and out of there. And them thugs are watching it.
They are, and she's right. She's right. And it's not just
really watching these stars. And what does Anila say? She spends time on the show saying, "Mommy, I gotta go upstairs and I got to do 2 hours of this and 2 hours of that." And she said, "You got to go up there again?" Yeah, and she gets on this thing and stays there all day and shows all these things and showing the inside of her house and what she has. You can't do that. They got to get more careful with what they're showing, because it's not right that anybody goes and takes anything from somebody. You should get your ass a job and go to work and stop selling drugs and stop getting in these gangs killing our people, because you're killing each other. You want equal justice and everything, which I totally want, but you got to stop killing your own people. It's, one thing I always respected about, because I'm full-blooded Italian. I come from Sicily, and my husband is black. Everybody knows this.
Ooh.
My children are black. I had to learn black history and everything to teach my grandsons, because they don't teach it in school. So I know a lot about it. So I don't want people to look at my picture and say, "Oh, she's a white girl." No, I'm not. But I do know these things. And
I'm sorry, I thought you was a sister.
People to build up your community where you live. Build up your community where you live. Start getting involved and help each other. We need to get more boys and girls clubs for the kids after school. We need to rear our children better so they won't grow up and get in these gangs and feel as though they got to rob somebody because they want the latest pair of Nikes, or they have to go in the corner and sell drugs just to get some Nikes and an outfit. We got to rear our children better.
Let me just jump in for 1 second. I do agree with you, right? Anila is a blogger. She shows things, so unfortunately it's her job. But even if it wasn't her job, and I'm not talking to the point where people are bragging, you know what? Social media, that's what it's for. You post your pictures, you share your stuff, or whatever the case may be. I'm not saying you should show a safe in your house with $100,000 in it and be like, look at here. But I mean, if you're just taking your natural pictures and this is what you wear, and she's not flashy, Anila. Like, I've never seen anything.
But she tells the prices. She tells the prices. Like, they tell, "Oh, I paid $5,000 for that bag," or "I paid this." They tell the prices on the show.
Some of them do, yes, especially Beverly Hills. But I never really seen Anila do that.
I think maybe the thing with Anila is, and just from experience, I follow Anila on Instagram. She goes live a lot, especially when she's outside of her home. And I feel like when you're out at dinner and stuff like that, like I've always been taught, you don't never, like if you're out of the country, you never post your stuff that I'm out of the country. You never post what you're currently doing because it gives us time.
No, listen,
You know?
listen. Here's the thing, right? You don't. I agree with all of that, but Anila is a blogger, right? And so now maybe she has to watch the way that she blogs. Okay, I get it, right? There are a lot of bloggers. That number one TikToker, that guy that's the number one TikToker in the country right now. Boyfriend makes $750,000 for anything he posts. Okay, so all I'm saying is that she's probably trying to lead up to get to a certain level. But regardless of that, I think the focus should be people need to stop robbing and stealing and acting like someone
That's what I'm saying. We need to work together in our communities and rear our children better and help people.
But let me just add this. It's not always the rearing of the child. Sometimes you have siblings that grew up in the same household, and one of them, for lack of a better word, is the devil, and the other one's the angel. It's not necessarily always just the rearing. I'm not saying that it's not, but I'm also saying that it's not always just that. There are some kids that had every advantage that they could have to them, or available to them, and they still turn out, again, lack of a better word, to be the bad seed. Okay, like Chris, like he said, hashtag cutie pie, right? So Tim Norton is a perfect example of you come out of jail, walk right into greatness, because there's not too many people that do that. You get to work in your mom's restaurant, and you turn out to be, in my opinion, the bad seed. So it's a lot more to it when it comes to all of these things. But I think a lot of these people, it's a sense of entitlement to be so brazen, to bust up in somebody's house. At least robbers before, they would try their best to make sure nobody was home. They would go to a house where the lights were off and all that. Now these people don't care. They're doing stuff in broad daylight. They don't give a darn to people in the house. They're taking people's lives. I think it's too much. If you have worked hard and you want to go buy yourself a Benz, you should be able to buy yourself a Benz. And if you go take a picture in your Benz and you happen to post it, that shouldn't be an invitation for somebody to come to your house and go in your house and get the keys and steal your Benz. So I think that it needs to be harsher punishment. So you want to go around and act a little fool? You want to go busting up in people's house? When you get caught, that's what this police need to do, a press conference and say. You want to act a fool? When you get caught, you want to do 10 years minimum. Let's see y'all keep running around acting a fool, busting up in people's house, taking their jewelry and knocking their personal stuff around and taking their darn heirlooms that came from their great grandparents and they were saving for their daughter or something like that.
What makes you entitled?
Unfortunately, though, Diva, we don't live in them times no more. We live in the times where we can't post everything online anymore. And until we all work together and vote in our states with our local government to enact these stiffer laws, it's not going to change. They're still going to be out here trying to steal something that don't belong to them, take something that's not theirs, and we just have to be careful about what we post and what we do and be aware of our surroundings when we go out. Like I never I wait until after I get home. If me and my husband snap a picture and I say, "Oh, we were such and such yesterday," I don't never.
Victoria, I get you, and you are correct. But they're on a reality TV show. They have
to watch. They need to stop and watch their local news where they live, because if they would have known they was robbing all them houses in that area.
Hold on 1 second, guys. Toria, I get what you're saying, but what would she have really done differently? If y'all saying it's a setup, then this whole conversation in terms of her is null and void, right? Because she was set up. So regardless
I don't really think Toya set. I don't like Toya, but I don't think Toya set.
I don't think she did either. But I'm just saying that. So here's the thing. if you talk to people, right, that was the best position to be in, right? She's in a neighborhood that is a gated community that has security, and she still got robbed. I mean,
but only one guard at the gate. Her husband said it's only one guard at the gate. To me, that's not a really good gated community with one security guard.
No, but you know what, Flip? I'm going to say this. He said they felt it couldn't happen to them because they had a security guard at the gate. Well, a lot of people do feel that sense of security, right? They're like, okay, we're in a nice neighborhood. We're in a gated community. We're surrounded by all of these houses. And if something were to happen, surely maybe one of our neighbors would see something. So I can get, I'm not saying, it's a shame that you have to, how do you get the mic? How do you get the mic? What are you saying? It's a shame that you have to minimize who you are to kind of accommodate for the people that are robbing and stealing and thieving.
But Diva, can I make this point? I agree with Mims or whatever. It's not just the reality. It's anybody who publicizes their life online, because there's like teen moms from that show. They're being targeted and robbed. That's out in California, all throughout. These criminals are following social media and watching your every move. You have to be on guard at every point. I was a nobody, Diva, and it happened to me.
No, I don't. I'm agreement with all of you. Hold on one second. Creole's Mom's Corner. I dropped the link. You could just click on the link and you could come up. I think we're all connecting on the same level, right? That it could happen to anybody. Yes, to me, yes, as an average person, you post when you come back from your trip. You don't post when you're like, oh, I'm at the airport about to go to Jamaica for 7 days. No, you don't do that. But what I'm saying to y'all is it's very hard for a cast that's doing a reality show not to post certain things, not to come with a certain lifestyle, because this is what they're claiming it to be, right? The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. The whole thing is that you're showing us because you're uber rich. So yeah, they're gonna sit there, Birkin bag on the table, and then production is putting $25,000. Kyle and them are not saying, oh, this is my Birkin bag that cost me $50,000. Now, Diana Jenkins did say, I believe, how much that one bag she had one time cost, but on a regular basis, they're not coming there. Sheree didn't come and say her Fendi shirt was $950 or whatever it was. Somebody else said that for her.
That was
so do you see what I'm saying? It's like you have to show up a certain way for your job. But all I'm saying is that you do have to do your due diligence. But at the end of the day, you can do your due diligence and still get robbed. You can show nothing on the show. And just because you're on the show, people will assume you have a certain amount of money and they'll come and rob you. So you can't win.
Excuse me, Diva, but Sheree sure did go on the Shade Room and give them a whole tour of her house, talking about how much each thing cost in it. And I'm like, Sheree, all them houses down there is getting robbed. Why would you do that?
Yeah, Sheree is not smart, you guys. Why? I need everybody to realize Sheree is just not smart.
Sheree is not smart. She's not. And another thing is, Sheree's not realizing if she gets robbed, she's not getting any of those things back. It took her 14 years to build that house anyway.
And you know she don't got no insurance. Okay, she don't have no insurance.
She lives not too far from.
So wait, hold on, guys. My big sis, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. It was Anila's mother. She said, "How dare you give me rules?" I know that's right. Don't give me rules as your mom. You done brought me here. So there, just kidding, mom. LOL. Love you, Diva and folks. Okay, listen, guys. I had an amazing conversation in time with y'all. We learned a lot, right? Don't be posting your bags and all that stuff. Listen, just in case anybody looking, there ain't nothing here that you want or you could get. I don't have nothing. I don't have it, okay?
Well, look, you can pull up here if you want to. Just be prepared to go out missing.
Diva, we know you're low budget.
Did you see her? Come give her a kiss? That's a nice husband.
Sebastian.
You get dragged. Okay, so listen, guys, hold on 1 second because I want to be able to hear everybody. I'm going to go around the room. We're going to close out, but wait till I call your name. And let me just say this. You know, when you close out, just give me, so I just know how you really feel. Audra, you do not buck your chest up against nobody. You don't start nothing if you don't want nothing. Okay, that's all I gotta say. Toria, what are your final words?
I agree with you, Diva. Exactly what you said, but I want to say, now that's a good man. Did you see Curve's man come over there and give her a kiss?
Whose man?
Curves. Curves. You missed it.
Oh, I
Yeah,
missed
he
it.
gives me kiss.
Her husband just came on camera and kissed his baby. That was so
Yes.
sweet.
Oh,
Black
I
love, black
missed
love.
it. Yes, black love.
I
Okay.
love black love.
All right. Okay. Jennifer, what are your final words?
Hey, I'm with you, Diva, on everything. That girl bucked up on that woman's chest.
Mm-hmm.
And so she got what she got.
Yes.
And the other thing, this is the only thing I want to say. Unfortunately, the world we live in right now, people is feeling entitled to other people's stuff. That's just crazy. But I do want to say this. I am not going to build a 14,000 square foot house from. You're going to think that my house, you're going to think that I'm the mob. I will have so much security. They have to do better. It's like, it's sad, but you have to do better with the security, because especially if you got a, you got a big old house like that. And then you know what I'm saying? They wasn't even home. And I haven't seen any video footage of her house. At least we've seen some cameras from Marlowe's and Doris, but I haven't seen any from Anila's. And the thing about it is, we have to understand, just because you live in a gated community, it doesn't mean safe. It means that you pay HOAs. And they're going to tell you what car to move and what car to park and this and that. But that's it. That's all gated mean. HOAs. Because that security guard ain't coming out that booth.
Oh my. You said the security guard ain't coming out the booth. Oh,
He not coming out that booth. He going to stand right there at that gate and ask you who you going to see and see if they put your name on the list.
Mm-hmm.
He's
You
not
know
protecting your
what I
home.
want to add though too with this Toya theory. She would have had to known that Anila wasn't going to be home. That this rubbing me the wrong way that they're blaming it on Toya. But
Yeah, I don't
but
think
I'll
it was
move on.
Toya. I don't think
either.
Toya had anything to do with that. I don't think you can call Toya many things, but I don't think dumb and stupid is one.
I think
we're
talking about her finances. You're talking about her finances. That's irresponsible with money.
Yeah,
you're reaching very far.
That's irresponsible.
Child.
She's irresponsible with money.
Yeah, she
that
is.
doesn't justify childs. Childs?
Well, she did mess up right there. But we have heard worse. I mean, we've heard Portia look for the Underground Railroad.
Oh, we ain't never said Portia was smart. We ain't never said she was smart.
Okay, guys. Hold on. Because I'm about to. Yeah, Sid. I mean, I love you, Jennifer.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I feel like Toya. I feel like Toya also is on a little short bus too. But go ahead, Nani. You got to go. So, okay, what's your final words?
No. At the end of the day, Diva, I agree with most of what you said on the panel about the bucking, the bucketation of it all. Like,
yes,
into my face if you don't want the sauce back. But I really think these reality stars, anyone who decides to be on TV or in a public forum, needs to be very cautious about how they move on social media, because unfortunately the underground is lurking and looking at every move that we do. So they're looking to take advantage. I've been a victim of it, so I know it and I understand it. But it was a very great panel tonight, you guys. I just want to send everybody my love, and I hope everyone has a wonderful night.
You too. Thank you so much. Sebastian, what's your final word?
My final words are, Audra, I really thought you had nothing when you first came onto this show. You were mad quiet. You were always in the background. We barely saw anything of you, but you brought it, sis. You brought it. You secured your season. You might get your own contract. You might be part of the paging Audra intro. You keep doing what you got to do. And Toya, you need to take care of your man because he might Curtis his way out on this one and get a good doctor. He might get a doctor, okay, who understands his pain. And they'll console each other. That is another thing. That is the biggest reason why.
But we got to put our son on timeout again.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Miz, what is your final word? Are you still there, Mims? Okay. Curves, what are your final words?
Okay, all right. So I think Dr. Heavenly was spot on the money for telling Toya that they was gonna jump her. And I think that Audra should have stayed sitting down. And I think that Toya should not have bumped Audra first and with her hand in her face to get mushed back, because that was not okay. Anila, post your stuff. Have security, girl. Lock your door. Put a camera up. Do something else. You can post all you want. Just have the appropriate locks latched when you leave the house.
Them locks ain't doing no good. They're kicking them doors in.
Yeah, right. And then Toya, I had to disagree with the last caller because she's not coming off like the sharpest knife in the drawer. I'm sorry. And then for Dr. Jackie, y'all are right. She's boring, but I like her. She can come give me a pitcher of lemonade and have me sit down and talk to me like this, and then throw a little shade. I like it. Dr. Flip Flop, Dr. Pancake, she didn't do a lot this time, did she? Oh, she wanted to go. I bet she'll listen to her inner voice next time and won't let Dr. talk her into sitting there a second time. But overall, I think it was a good episode. I'm sorry Anila had to go through that. I kind of feel like it's too coinkydink to have a party the same night the lady you mad at got robbed. It's a big coinkydink. And if you didn't have nothing to do with it, then maybe you might want to convince us a little more instead of just sitting there and talking about, did it happen because she lied?
She got enemies.
Because she lied?
She got enemies.
Yeah.
She has enemies. That's what she keeps
saying. So I don't know, but I like the episode. Give it up. I love Married to Medicine, y'all. I love it. I
do too. Roy, because I want to close out. What's your final words?
Another great episode. Like Heavenly said, I believe we're on episode 10. We got 15 episodes this season, so 5 more episodes.
Wow.
I just wish Toya would have listened to Simone when she said let's go, but no, Toya got this. I'm good. Unfortunately, Audra had to get up because you're talking about me. I'm coming over and I'm going to see what you got to say. She shouldn't have walked up on Toya. And I'm just glad that Eugene and security was there because, like I said, she was going to rearrange some jaws and some teeth.
But it says she got mushed in the face. But go ahead.
Yeah. That's okay. But
like Dr. Heavenly said, you got your butt beat.
I'm just tired of Toya running around bullying everybody and then trying to play like she's the victim. Like, it's just, oh, me, woe, it's me. You didn't take care of Eugene during this pandemic. How did you expect him to take care of you when you're not pouring into him? We run around talking about people sleeping with people. It makes me curious where you were the one that started that rumor about Quad because you knew so much about it, between Dr. Pancakes and her, Contessa was completely oblivious to what was going on. But, kudos to them or whatever. Contessa, we need a new storyline if you coming back next season because this is boring me. Like you said, I'm tired of you flirting with every man that come across the scene. Like, girl, it's just becoming tragic. Like, it's horrible. Tragic. I love the scene with the doctors, Eugene, Dr. Damon, and Anila's husband. That was nice to see them interacting with the patients. It was giving me set up for Dr. Jackie's interview with her new doctor friend, or coworker. I'm just kind of tired of
Dr.
Jackie.
Jackie needs help too. Like she needs a real storyline too.
Yeah, we need a real storyline because this is giving boring.
Yeah.
I'm just over it. I
Yeah.
want to just give homage to Quad and Mason's mom being able to come together, because I don't believe that the mom and dad were together during this whole process. So the fact that they can come for Mason to celebrate her brother, I just love that. It was really nice for them to release, the little things,
To
whatever,
start a forest fire? To start a fire?
Listen, Black people do what Black people do at home, But I thought it was a really cute thing.
Why are you wrong for that?
Allow Mason to remember his dad and to still feel connected to his dad. So I love that. I'm glad that Quad is, allowing mom to come around and still be in the picture, because she didn't have to do that, depending on whatever their situation is. I feel so bad for Anila in this situation with being robbed. It was giving me very rehearsed with Toya and Eugene conversation, so we're gonna see about that next week. But overall, like you and Curve said last week, this is Married to Medicine. This has been a really good season. It started off a little shaky. I was kind of tired of seeing my auntie and all the drama, but I'm glad to see that it's coming around and that everybody else is kind of adding to the show as well.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. We got 5 more episodes. Let's see what's gonna happen. I can't wait till they get to the cabin and the preacher's preaching to them. We're gonna see what they got to say. So
thank you for
I'm logging off. Love y'all.
Bye.
Bye, Ray.
Bye,
man,
Ray.
your face.
Thank
Don't
you,
do that.
Royer. Thank you. Did he say that Heavenly is not where the drama resides? Did he say that everybody?
Well, see, she tiptoed out of the drama, so technically she started it, but she wasn't in it. So
Okay. This is all Simone's fault. Simone should have.
But Mims, I did say last week that I thought it was very messy of Heavenly to say something. I don't understand why she had to warn Toya. For what? Like, who cares about Toya?
That's what friends are for.
They ain't friends. They are not friends.
Candy, Contessa body is everything. Mary, I am October out. Dr. Jackie, who have or want $1,200 for a shot in the private parts. Oh, she charged $1,200 for that.
For the
O shot. Oh,
yeah, she said that on the show. Yeah,
that is $1,200.
Yeah, she sure did. She said she was doing it
she told Toya. She was like, "Well, is it free? Well, it's free to you because it's normally $1,200." Toya's like, "Yeah, I'll be there."
Well, listen, I'm not mad at her for building up her practice. I mean, she just doesn't give enough for the show. But you know what? Everybody doesn't have to be rah-rah, so I guess we can deal with her.
Now she's seen all these heifers open their legs to her.
Okay. So I want to first start by Sebastian, you were walking on thin ice. This is a season called Diva Low Budget. Now when
I thought she called it.
Mims, you can't come here and correct me and Diva's son now. Now we punish it. We punish him for everything he does, don't we, Diva? We punish our son.
We punish him.
Yeah. He called us geriatric and old, and we did him.
Oh my God, I was weak.
Oh man, that was funny. I was like, wait, what?
Okay.
You knew he was on for that one.
I think I have a popular opinion. Y'all can say whatever you want about Audra, but I think that what Audra delivered was some reality that Toya could not take. And that's really woman in
that's why she got so upset.
She didn't get upset about the cheating group, but she got upset about that.
Broke ass, it's a wrap. You will. The Detroit is gonna come out. I don't think that she was mad about the cheating rumors with Eugene, because I wouldn't be surprised if she cheats. And what I know about Dr. Contessa, allegedly, it might be with her. Who knows? They might be each other's type. The point is, I don't like Toya. Toya is not only not the sharpest tool in the shed, Toya is a spoon. There's no sharpness to it at all.
Not gold.
Oh,
Dr. Simone spread that rumor. I really do think that Dr. Simone is just kind of there. I think Andy likes having Jackie and Simone on the show, but I don't really think that Simone adds anything. Like her and whatever her husband's name is, I really do think their storyline was surprised. I would not be surprised if they pulled a Nene and Greg and pretended to break up in order to secure their spot on the show or get future book deals. Nobody is looking to Simone for fashion advice. Nobody is looking to Simone for marriage advice. Nobody's looking to Simone for anything other than gynecology. She is not a subject matter expert on anything other than medicine, specifically female medicine. Quad probably should have stayed a friend of the show. I do think she adds a little bit of spice, but without her having those constant beefs with Mariah, she's really just kind of there. Her fashion is better than the rest, but that's not saying much on this cast. I do like what Anila and her husband add. I think they're kind of like goofy. I think it's just a shot of humor whenever we see them. Not because they're trying to be funny, but because they really are just goofy and stumbled on money. Living in a gated community, I do think that you do have a false sense of security, but if you have a manned gate and each person is supposed to go specifically to the house that they have been let through that gate to visit, then you do have security. I will say, though, that Anila gives me kind of like designer imposter, so I'm not surprised that her stuff was just on display as opposed to being in a safe. You know what I mean? Like, she gives me thrifty. So if Anila wants to go out and say she has a $20 dress on, I'm cool with that. I don't see Anila as the type of blogger that's showing Hermes Birkin. You know what I mean? She's more Macy, less Neiman. She's more TJ Maxx, not Saks. You know what I mean? Still, she looks great. Still, the stuff looks great. But I think she's fine with it. I do not. And lastly, I don't think that anybody touched on the fact that Toya also talked at the end of that about Anila possibly having enemies. If you don't want the other girls to say stuff about you being one of those enemies, then why would you bring that up?
Exactly. That's what I said.
And one more thing. Y'all talked about Tim from Sweetie Pies. You can't trust no man with hips like that.
Man, I'm done with you. I'm so done with you. Even though that's the truth, I'm still done with you.
Jakima, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, but I think Anila is the perfect fit. I'm loving her on Married to Medicine. I'm here for it. I'm here for her. I'm here for her mom, and I'm most certainly here for Dr. Karen. I think they are the perfect fit. And I also feel like too that Married to Medicine has shown the rest of these people how you integrate a cast with different cultures. None of them have brought up, oh, you're black, you're this, you're that. They all get down with the get down. And I'll tell you this. Now, I didn't know that, what's her name? Carmetta. She was a whole hot mess, whatever. Carmenta, whatever her name is, that she got up and she put her hands on Anila. I think that was dead wrong. But I do say this. Anila and what's that, Zaina, they was not getting up off that couch. They didn't run. When Toya said what she had to say, they sat there and they was like, well, we heard it or whatever the case may be. But they didn't run. They didn't run and hide. They wasn't scared. And that's what I'm talking about. Stay there, be part of the mess. And Anila was part of the mess. So I'm here for her being on the show. I like them as an addition. They're giving me my whole life. And I do want to see Ms. Gomez. I want to see this phone call with Ms. Gomez, okay? Please. I want Ms. Gomez to come back, but I want her to come back under the right conditions with a better contract, and I want her to have a room and not have to sleep in the closet. That's what I want from Ms. Gomez.
We'll see how close we get to it.
Well.
And she better be at the reunion. So whoever has a Twitter, you better tweet at Andy and say #bring Miss Gomez to this reunion. We want to hear from her. We want her to answer some questions. But anyway, guys, listen. Thank you so much. This was our Married to Medicine recap. I had fun, and I don't care what nobody said. Audra bucked her chest up at Toya, and she needed to be checked. She needed to be checked. Okay, she got mushed in her face. Go sit down, Audra, because I'm not the one. And give it up for Eugene because he blocked it. He blocked it. He's like, not my wife, not tonight, not up in here.
Not my warm cookie jar. You're not getting my warm cookie jar.
Come on now. That's what I'm talking about. Well, listen, guys, thank you so much. I had a ton of fun. I'll see y'all next time. I don't know. I'm thinking about doing what is that darn show? Love and Marriage Huntsville tomorrow. I don't know. I have to think about it.
It's getting boring.
I know it is getting boring, right? But I might Thursday. It depends on what time I'm getting back from the city because I'm going to the city. We're going to see the Sherry Shepherd show.
Sherry show.
Going to see Sherry Shepherd. We'll report back. I'm gonna ask where Suzanne is. I'm gonna ask where Norman is, and I'm gonna tell Sherry Shepherd, keep your head up, girl. I know nobody's watching, but keep your head up.
I tried.
I tried too. I really did.
I tried. I really tried.
I'm sorry, Anila. Before I go, I can't leave out my buddy. What are your final words?
Oh, the only thing I'm gonna say is there's one thing we forgot. Toya said at the end of an interview she did that her and Carrie are not talking. So I wonder why they're not talking. Could it be because of this whole situation?
Who?
Carrie and Toya.
She's mad at Toya's mad at Carrie because she's the one that went and told.
That's what I'm saying.
Them,
That's what I'm saying.
That she, there's supposed to be a hit out on Anila. But why would you be so upset at somebody if it wasn't true and you didn't do it? What's the point of being upset?
And it is rumblings. Mm-hmm. It is rumblings within that friend group. Now I'm not gonna say it's true. I'm not saying it's true, but it's smoke and it's fire. So Toya,
you ain't gonna put this robbery on Toya's back.
I put it on her back. I said I don't know, but it is rumblings. All I'm saying.
Listen, Robin it's the 11th hour. It's late. I ain't even gonna mess with you right now. You said Toya mushed her and Dan there took off running. Toya ain't running. Get out of here, Robin.
Toya ran. She backtracked real quick. She pulled back real quick.
Harry can't be
good night, y'all. Listen, the moral of the story tonight is you don't buck up on nobody unless you want something. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Carrie's a medical